Test 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. It's the EST Hangout presented by Whiteclaw. Refreshingly real flavors, Whiteclaw. The difference is clear. For those on the audio stream, you wouldn't have seen anything that just happened on YouTube. For those on YouTube, I thought I had the mics going. They were working. I brought us on. It's just me and Dusty right now. Matty Iwanyk here as well. And the mics weren't working, so all people saw was me and Dusty sitting in a room with a red backdrop and a chair in between us that is completely empty as Eric's gone to go get a double.
Over here, you know?
So, yeah, but we got the mics working now, and the EST Hangouts is underway.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, actually, we haven't done these ones often. We've talked about doing them more, like once a month where it's just us.
Oh, like the
with
EST?
Tommy.
I didn't even know that.
You said it.
Oh, cool. It's a great idea.
Because there was a day, Tommy might have been running late.
Yeah, probably.
Was it him? Well, I know it was. I think Belsy was. I think it was Belsy's first hangout.
Okay.
And we didn't know he can't show up until
that's right
9:30, and Tommy didn't tell us. Yeah, Tommy wasn't in that day, and someone else was coming in. They were also late, and so it was just me, you, and Eric.
Just
the
the crew.
Bit. And then we said after, oh, that was a lot of fun. We should maybe try to do this like once a month or something. But that also kind of turned into the EST draft.
It's almost like it's like if it was just all of us, it'd be like a state of EST thing.
Yes, which we
I like.
We're fully doing that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As the EST Hangout will be myself, Eric, Dusty, and I guess Jay will be in.
Yeah.
Or should I tell Jay to take the day off?
Well, no, if Jay wants to come in,
he's always done it every Friday.
Yeah, that's fine.
I haven't talked to him. I'll text you later, Jay, if he's not listening. Because like we land at 12:30 in Edmonton.
We land at 12:30 tonight if everything's on time.
And that also that's just when we land. So by the time we're out of the airport,
I'm gonna have to like help Eric into his house by the time I get him home today. So I might be a little bit later. The good news is that it does allow me, and I've already told this to my kids. I get to take them to school tomorrow. So
nice.
It's like tomorrow for me will be like having a real job. Like I'll get up, have breakfast with my kids and my wife, and then take them to school, drop them off at school, and head into the office. I'll probably stop, for a breakfast sandwich on the way in, get a tea, and then I'm going to come in and I love doing things when I'm not tired. And I very rarely get to do things when I'm not tired. And I won't be, I'll be a little tired.
I was going to say, you don't think you'll be tired tomorrow?
Well, I mean, if I sleep from like 2 to 7, man, that's enough for me. I slept 4.5 hours last night. I'm feeling pretty good.
Where I was going with this, too, is it's also smart that we then made the switch for the morning show.
Yeah, look, we make good decisions around here.
Like,
what are we supposed to?
With Tommy being back in Edmonton today,
yeah,
if he was coming in for the hangout while you and Eric were rolling in at 4:30 in the morning after landing at 1:30,
yeah,
that wouldn't have gone.
That would have been
one. That was a stupid move on our part.
I'm not sure Rick's gonna be able to make that. He's not even here right now. He went back down to get double. He went down to get more Bloody Marys. He is bringing me one.
Oh, that's smart.
So I figured, one.
We still got a lot of time. We still have a lot to go.
Yeah, we're not leaving until tonight, so.
I'm going to be a little rushed, I feel, just checking us out.
Well, man, we got to talk about this checkout thing, because I used to be like you, where you'd be like, we have to be out the door at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know how it happens. Or like
I never check out.
Are they going to charge us?
I don't ever check out anymore. I just leave the hotel.
See, and I find that so weird, and I know that's where most people go. I feel right going and be like, are we all square? But I guess that's why they keep your card,
nice
right?
To do that, but where was I?
But we still need to go get them put our bags somewhere.
Oh yeah, we do.
We still have to go do that. I like this is our.
This is a great question. Do you like when you check out of a hotel? To anybody listening right now,
text us. There's even a key drop-off box.
There is?
By the front desk, there's a key drop-off box, which I don't know what that's for.
I just usually leave the keys in the room.
Yeah,
I don't need
you
them
could
anymore.
keep them because they just deactivate them easily.
Yeah, I don't know where I just was, but I came. Oh, we were in Barhead.
Oh.
Different. A little bit different. But anyway, I didn't even check out there. I didn't even think to check out. We just walked out. Then when I got home, I realized I still had the key. But whatever. They got tons of keys. I don't think hotels are complaining about losing keys. But if you when you stay at a hotel,
like is there a charge?
You check out? What do you mean?
There's no charge for it. Like,
I mean,
that's the only word I have. Is that like all of a sudden we as a company are going to get charged, and we're down here thanks to our wonderful partners with the airport.
Yeah.
Fly YEG.
Nonstop.
I don't need them getting an email like, who are these people that you booked a hotel for that didn't check out on time?
Yeah, that would suck. But I mean,
it's only going to be a few minutes. Like I know that
exactly. That's like we're talking. Matty, we'll have this packed up. We'll be out of here.
I need a shower too quick
by 11 11:20 or whatever, they're not going to be like, we have to charge you an extra night because you were here till 11:20. I mean, if somebody knocks on the door and it's 4 o'clock and you're passed out, they're coming to clean your room, then you'd be in a little bit of trouble, I think. But I don't ever check out, ever. I just leave.
I don't think I've ever done that. Yeah.
So what do you say? 780-218-9999. I'm curious. I mean, maybe I'm the rebel. Maybe I'm the one that's kind of going against the grain.
I think that's
here.
where more people are going nowadays. I think that's just the standard thing. I just like they have my credit card on file. I want to make sure I'm not getting charged anything, and if I am, I could dispute it right then and there.
I have always been too worried that they will charge me for not going to the front desk and telling someone I'm checking out. That comes from Chris from Fort Mac.
Yes, even I'll be on the cameras going, I see right there. I was checking out. You could timestamp me. So
Glenn says, go to the front desk and ask for a late checkout.
Yeah,
I love a good late checkout.
You want to know something? I thought about that really late last night. I was like, I should have done that.
Ooh, Matty, you'll like this one. You can check out via your TV. I don't know. Not here, I don't think. I don't think here.
Let me get the remote quickly.
I think at like a Marriott or whatever. Late checkout is a different thing, too. I love late checkout. The odd time during the CFL season, I like require a later checkout, like not just noon or 1. And I stay at Marriott so much with the CFL, I can actually get like a 4 o'clock checkout in the afternoon. It's great. Not all the time, but sometimes. And it makes it very fun. I don't think this TV's set up to... Oh, hello.
Avoid the checkout line. Checkout right from your TV.
Avoid the checkout line. That's what we'll do.
We could do late checkout. What's this?
Oh, yeah. Hit late checkout. $35 for an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, no.
HR Daddy, text me, let me know.
Standard checkout time is 11. Below are the checkout options that we can enjoy our resort a little bit longer.
I will say this. If I got to sleep from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right now, that might be worth $35 to me. This comes back to my whole Naporium thing. That's how much you could charge. That's how people value sleep. They value 2 hours of sleep worth $35. Don't check out yet, Matty. We're not ready.
No, I wasn't.
Anyway, thanks for the heads up.
That's so we could just do that, I guess.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind that late checkout though.
You want to know what we could do too? Is like unless security comes and runs up here again, we just latch the one door too, and we could check out before, even though we're pulling. If we have a few minutes left, it's not going to take me.
Should I call for a late checkout right now?
Well, you could say like, it'd be like 11:30 for us if you want. Lieutenant Eric's back here. We're discussing late checkouts. And do you check out of hotels when you go to hotels?
Did you just say room service?
When you go to a hotel, I'll wait till you get your mic. It's right there. No, well, yeah, you're right in the camera shot. So for those listening, it was great. They didn't miss anything. And thank you for my room key.
Thank you.
When you go to a hotel, this is 114, level 5.
Who's coming up?
Hey, we're gonna ask for a late checkout. On the screen, it's $35. But don't. I'm being shushed while I'm trying to do a radio show here. Like, what is this? Now I got to whisper here for a radio show.
Did you say 12 was complimentary? Okay, can we get that? We have 3 rooms up here, and we'll be out shortly after. But
okay.
Rooms 110, 112, and 114, just the complimentary till noon. That'll be good.
On level 5.
On level, yeah.
Level 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5.
Oh, they're going to give complimentary extra hour.
Yeah, that's right.
And again, I still have to whisper. Well, that worked out really nice.
So what did I miss?
So I just want. I really.
Now we don't have to leave till noon.
I love that you tell me to shush while I'm trying to do a radio show. That's fantastic.
Well, I mean, I was making a call.
Business.
Yeah,
call.
but like while you're listening to them, it's just complete silence. So
She was really nice.
Yeah, I like that extra hour. We're just discussing. Okay, when you go to a hotel,
Yes.
do you go to the front desk when you leave and check out, or do you just leave?
And turn in my cards.
Yes, and like make sure you're all squared up or whatever.
I used
or
to.
do you just leave?
When hotels had keys, like a key, you'd have to take it back. I don't think you'd need to anymore. You leave the card in the room, you just peace out. Yeah, I don't know.
We learned you could check out on the TV.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Come on.
And you can stay till 1 for $35.
Yeah, but that's fool's game. You have big winnings. You could maybe parlay that
right there. We could check out. We could also see like flight schedules.
Well.
We got a lot of time.
To answer your question, though, I don't. You just leave now. You leave the cards in your room, right, on the table. You don't need to bring them down to the customer service.
My dad's been texting in.
Oh God.
It says, ask the front desk for delayed checkout. Dustin, check your personal phone, please.
Uh-oh.
Yes, $35 is good. Oh, HR Daddy approved the
We are
$35 in extra coverage.
Signed off.
Put all your bags in Matt's room. Oh, he needed me to send him a code for something.
Oh.
I thought he was going to be like, love you, son. Doing a great job down there.
Well, it'd be nice to have. Plus, send me the code for whatever.
Yeah. All right. I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, no, we'll take the bags down when we check out and put them somewhere.
We got
in
a
the
day though, right?
stowaway. And then we still got, because we got a day here.
A full day.
We don't have to head to
That's
the
best
airport
part.
till like just before 6.
You don't want to be flying out of here around midday.
No, like
It screws up the whole day. You got to wake up. You got to prepare.
See,
You got to, that.
I was or it's to me. I love the first flight.
Well,
of the
that's the
morning.
thing. You got to get the hell out of
You
Dodge.
either
you gotta
want to
get
get
out of
to your
here,
destination right away, or
have a day.
You want to stay where you are, have a day, and then get to your destination.
And when it's a nonstop flight back home,
it's perfect.
Ain't nobody complaining.
Actually, my flight to Atlanta in June, nonstop from Edmonton International Airport, YEG. It's a midnight takeoff.
Midnight flight.
Gonna be great.
The red eye.
Yeah.
So milk run.
I'm really excited about this.
I want to get to Spency 5 Centy in the nasty chat says, who's about to absolutely crush an Italian center cream horn for breakfast? This guy.
The Italy.
Jealous.
Somebody said they have a good breakfast sandwich down there.
There's
It
some
may have been the same
amazing-
nasty chat.
There's amazing
Well, I just want to say
sandwiches.
Italian
sometimes
center's
like-
coming on board as a partner.
What?
More details to
dropping
come.
this? Is
But-
this-
well, I mean,
No,
look,
but we haven't said
is
this
this
publicly
inside
yet, have
EST
we?
or is this not inside?
Well, I don't know,
EST?
but has this been a publicly?
We've got a relationship starting in the near future.
breaking news.
With Italian Center, which we are super excited about.
Best sandwiches and
It's
pizza.
going to be
It
delicious.
the
runs
game.
in my blood.
It's going to be delicious.
You
Like,
are
it's just,
yeah.
It's now just a part of the
That's one where
bloodstream.
we're like, man, we love this place, and then they're listeners as well, but we're like, we love this place. We want to work with them, and now we are. It's going to be great.
It's a dream come true.
Yeah.
It really is, and especially as you said, for you,
It's like-
this strikes more of an emotional chord. for
It's like blended in with my DNA.
you. yeah.
That
You're
I
gonna-
am part Italian center.
You're gonna have relatives calling you up that you didn't
And
even know
it's-
existed, being
it's
like,
just-
"Congratulations,
now I'm
Matthew!" From
connected
the
to
old
this
country,
one.
right? They'll be saying, "Oh, Matthew."
My mom actually got into a big conversation on Facebook for a little bit with a family member from the old country. We didn't
You
know about.
did?
No,
Yeah.
my mom did.
Oh, your mom. Okay,
Yeah, she was just
Well
exchanging
done.
these messages. They had to use Google
Ah.
Translate and stuff,
But
but
the power of
she was.
Facebook,
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's connecting.
It was like
people.
this. I looked up this. They're from a really small town, like 500 people or something. I was like, this is just really cool.
You know who you are? You're Costanza here.
Yes.
You go back, you see another Iwanyk, an Italian, like a full-blooded Italian.
Esposito.
Is that what it is?
I'd be an Esposito over there.
Yeah,
He's an
Tony?
Esposito. That's royal blood.
Tony or Phil, if we're talking Esposito,
Pick one.
or Angelo. Remember Angelo Esposito?
Oh,
Matthew.
yeah.
Mateo. That's
Matteo
what it is in
Esposito.
Italian.
Wait, I was missing this. I was reading text. What are you talking about?
Well,
My last name, my mom's maiden name is Esposito.
Oh,
So we're
cool.
saying going back
They're
to
connecting with
he
people
said
from the
find the
old
Iwanyk, but
Like
it's
Frank
it's
Costanza,
not
he
the
goes back and he
Iwanyk.
finds the Frank from Italy,
Yes.
right? And they're like, oh,
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
There is a Matty, a Matteo in Italy walking around like him with an arm, one arm.
Same thing.
Same thing.
He's got the left arm. His left
Exactly, because
his
it's
left labrum is torn.
Bizarro world. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the complete opposite.
Do you think there's somebody in this world that looks exactly like you?
There always is.
I don't believe that.
No, but there is.
I believe
How
that
many
there's
billion people
similar.
are on this planet right now? 8?
I
There's a
think there's
statistic,
always
How can everybody
Everybody
how
has
can
a
everybody look
doppelganger.
unique?
So
Everybody
outside
that's
has a
why there's the
doppelganger.
twins.
small amount
the
of
twins take that up.
It's a theory, right?
Well, who is it Margot Robbie and what is her name?
Great actor, Margot.
There's somebody else that looks like
That
Margot Robbie.
Jamie. It's Jamie's. I'll find it.
Jimmy says maybe the Italian Center can sponsor an EST trip to Italy. Dusty can try the chicken fingers and fries over there.
Give him a prize.
Somebody else
Give him
is
a prize,
suggesting
then.
Earl of Sandwich.
Well,
for,
you've
I've
delved
had
in the
Earl of Sandwich here.
right?
I've had it in Edmonton.
Have you?
Yes.
How is it?
I love it.
Southside, eh?
I haven't had it in Edmonton
I'm
yet.
taking the panino from the Italian
Isn't
Center
it
any day
downtown?
straight up. Downtown South
well,
Edmonton
the
Commons.
sandwich that we have from Italian
Like
Center,
it's
I mean,
like
that's-
legit.
that's
That
a
is
goat.
just.
You boys
there's
having
nothing
the
gonna match
pizzas
it.
though, eh? I know we all talk sandwiches there. The pizzas.
I don't think I've
there,
ever
though,
actually
are-
had their full pizza. Their cannolis are killer.
Get the pizza.
A Taste of Edmonton is
Get
one
the
of the
pizza.
things. Because it's always on it's like the cheapest tickets. It's like 2.
You can get
and
a
you
pizza,
get a
you can
full
dine in.
size cannoli from them.
Now,
It's just the best.
now that we're partners with them, I'm a little honesty here.
Jamie Presley, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
A little bit. The mouth. eh?
When I first moved here, and a little bit still to this day, like Italian Center, you guys speak so highly of it.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated to go in there.
well, it's,
I don't know. I don't know if
one-
like I'm ordering in the right place. Like,
Oh yeah.
I need a good tour. You know?
Here's the
know.
thing.
Now I go in, but I'm always just like I feel like I'm in a place here.
That's very brave of you. To
Not
admit
anymore
to.
though, because
Yeah.
they're family now.
Well, yeah, but
So I'm gonna roll in.
Well,
They're
you want-
gonna be talking to me. Hey, Dusty.
You want to be real family?
Yeah.
Call it Spinelli's.
I will. That's what I'll
Start
do.
calling it Spinelli's. That's it used to be called Spinelli's and stuff, and people always. And then at the Italian, actually, I think all of them, the bar part of it, it's actually called Spinelli's. And so
I want to get to the point where it's like
thing.
Norman there when I roll in. They got the sandwich and they're like, Dusty, and they're throwing it to me.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Throwing it. I'm
They've
catching it at
got
the door. I'm walking back up.
They've got Sherwood Park. They've got South Edmonton. They got West Edmonton. They're opening up a second in Calgary. They're all beautiful locations. They're wonderful. Go check them out.
Baggio says it's the best pizza in the city.
Boys, I keep saying nobody's. It's like you're two ignoring me. Oh, yeah, the cannolis and the thing, the pizza.
We're not ignoring you.
No, I get it. But I'm just. Can you give me a second here?
Well,
I know
can I finish where I'm going with this?
No.
Okay.
You can dine in. They'll make the pizza for you.
Yes, that's what they do.
Or you can get the pizza frozen, take it home, and make it in your own oven. You have the option of both.
Sounds like a place in Cranbrook back in the day called the Yellow Submarine.
Great. Just great. Again, whoever sent that in, love you.
Okay, so now back. All the locations, wonderful, just massive, nice, just amazing. But you have to go to the one on 95th Street.
That's the OG.
The OG. You walk in and you get the smell of that place, and it's just like, it's home.
It's like walking in MGM.
That's...
The smell that...
You have to, like... It's not as big as the other ones, obviously, because it's in the original location.
Usually, but the OG,
it's
so
the
that's
best
one.
one.
Yeah, that's what it
is like,
right?
And like we're talking about the best of the Italian centers. They're all amazing in that, but you have to. If you've never been to the 95th Street location, stop to 95th. Actually, here's the thing: you want to spoil Glenn Suter next year.
I do.
Make him your friend.
He's one of my best friends.
He loves a good wine, doesn't he?
Here's what you say before a game: a nice maybe Sunday 5 o'clock one. Suits, I'll pick you up a little early. Let's go for a nice little early dinner. Okay. Stop at the Italian Center on 95th Street.
All right.
Either get him a sandwich or go for the pizza.
Can we wear ties and stuff in here?
Of course.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
Do you not know Italians?
You guys are great dressers. I'll say it.
And he will be blown away by what, and you're just going to be like, this is a piece of Edmonton that I bet you didn't even know about, Glenn.
A slice.
It's a slice. Depending what you have. A bite.
When Dwayne Ford goes to
St.
Calgary, there's another place that he always goes to for sandwiches. He's like, you want me to bring you one?
Well, Italian
There's
Star
one
Deli.
in Regina.
Italian Star Deli.
That's what I've heard. It's comparable.
It is a league-wide.
Hernan speaks glowingly about it. I think more than Scott, voice of the Elks.
It's a thing.
That's his
It's a
go-to
thing.
stop.
Players,
as soon
media,
as
everybody.
they land.
Where is this?
He goes in Regina.
Italian Star.
Regina.
What do you mean?
When I
You
go to
have not
Regina,
known about
when I go to Regina, I get Western pizza. It's nice and thick.
You prefer Western ahead of Houston. Hey, interesting. If you know.
I
Regina.
haven't had Houston pizza there.
Trifons?
Western's just so damn good.
Trifons? No. Next time though, Italian Star Deli. You'll be going there. You'll show up there and there'll be a lineup of CFL players. The two teams are back, and you'll be like, "Wow, what a line!"
So it's a networking trip.
It's really good. But
last week UConn ran into Hernan outside the Italian Center on 95th Street.
But I think we take the Italian Center now and put it up against
others.
Regina.
Now
you can
send Dusty on the road to all of his CFL stops. And be like,
Right.
you got to go find an Italian sandwich in each.
He gets
and
Suter.
rank them.
He gets Suter on board, and now we're playing with the big boys,
Cooking with fire there.
right?
Yeah.
I'll say this right now. I'll just put this out there. I'll lay it on the table. If you don't take Suits to the 95th Street Italian Center
Don't you dare
this
say we're
summer,
not best friends.
Well,
I'm going to question your commitment to the
Oh
friendship.
my God, please.
Your commitment to this friendship.
To my Suits' friendship?
If you don't take him to the 95th Street.
Are you nuts?
It's right by Commonwealth. You can get there well before the game. A nice little, hey, let's have a little us time before a call today.
It would be nice.
You know?
glass of red.
The boys in the booth with a bite to eat before.
A 5 o'clock start on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You could still spend the morning and early afternoon with your
With
family.
my family.
Kids.
Yeah.
Then you take Suits out for a bite right there. And again, it's a little bite of Edmonton.
They'd probably
history.
even get you a Grape Crush.
Yeah. Well,
If you called
he
the
was
head.
going to fly in to be the godfather of my kids, but he just couldn't make it. So
You're saying Troy
so we
was
had to settle for Troy.
There you go, Troy.
Troy,
The settled
Troy is
godfather.
now the
Yeah.
godfather.
But
Yeah.
settled.
If you do
Yes.
not go, I will just think that you're not committed.
Well, not only to Suits friendship, but the friendship with the Italian.
What if I walked into Italian
Center,
Center
Spinelli's.
and,
We've got that covered, though.
What if I
yeah,
walk in
I'm
there
good
and
with that.
just go?
Me, you, and Tom, we've got that.
Okay,
one
well,
covered.
we'll
We're all good.
Fill in the gaps.
We've converted Trev to the place too. Like,
Man,
no,
I'm
we've
telling
got
you,
it fully
those
covered.
pizzas.
Trev's been hitting it hard.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he shops
Actually,
for groceries.
Zach
It's like
Comes
seven-
never had it either.
Come on.
So
He's an Edmontonian.
and his girlfriend works at one of them.
He doesn't
Zach?
have a girlfriend
Oh,
anymore.
that's sorry. Shouldn't have said that. His ex then.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zach.
Breaking news.
But-
Spoiler
This
I
alert.
is
think
us
that-
now with all these young
So-
guys with girlfriends and
Can't
stuff.
keep up.
We're mentors.
Yeah, he was telling me that.
And we mentor Tommy
Changes
too.
like the breeze, though. How about that yesterday? Can we dive a
I
little
don't
more
know.
deeper into that? I know we're kind of
I
on
don't know how much.
topic
I
here,
mean, we
but-
talked about it this morning. I mean, the Cole's notes here is that yesterday on Oil Stream, I was joking with Tommy. I was like, "Hey, would you get married at the Cheetos chapel before you
and
leave?"
we're laughing.
Took a picture of him
We're
outside.
laughing.
But
Right.
then,
Like,
but
yeah, it's
then
funny.
we're sitting around. I was playing that I was on that heater at that poker game.
Tabletop screen.
I
You,
did
love,
tabletop
you
really
love the bar
I was
tabletop.
killing it.
You didn't listen to me on that one.
Yeah, Matty. Well, Matty came over because I was up.
You got up to 60, I think.
No, I was up to 80.
Oh,
We
I
don't
didn't
need-
see.
we don't need
no,
to tell.
But then you fell down. You got to 20.
but
you
I
got back up to
stormed back up
60.
again.
And
You're
I
always
said
up.
pull.
He's up.
Yeah.
And you're
You
like,
said pull.
I said, take it out then.
He did.
Because
Yeah.
you went down, you got it back up.
Yeah, yeah.
take-
It
It was
and then-
probably a sign.
And then
I
he's
get it.
like, I put 40 in, like, I'll go to 40.
Yeah.
Got to 40 and then didn't stop.
I was
Like,
playing-
just kept going.
Risky
I was
boy.
playing Deuce's Wild Poker on like
Sure.
the machine right at the bar, and that was here at MGM in the sports book,
Yeah.
the little sports bar here. So we were sitting there, and I'm playing along, cruising. I'm feeling like I'm starting to get some systems here, guys. By the way, for
You're
betting.
feeling a
Like,
groove. Yeah,
So
yeah.
what is your
that's-
system?
that
Is
two-
it the double betting?
did
like
you
you
see me
keep-
doing that a bit last night on the
No,
roulette?
it's just that's the standard roulette.
I'll bring you a
one.
quick roulette story from last night because I was
You
up.
should offer tips.
I was up.
Oh.
Gambling, like
Also,
Vegas.
Troy has a comment.
What do you say,
So I was the second choice as a Godfather. Good to know. LOL.
Troy? Godfather, if I may address you here. Meet you at Spinelli's later, and we'll
See,
have
it's
a
your
talk
rule.
about
Yeah,
this
yeah.
with the Godfather. We love you, buddy. So what was I saying?
You were talking about
so
the
the roulette. So, I mean, confession here. I was up a little bit more than the 160 I walked home with.
Can I guess?
Yes,
250.
250 total.
The machine said 250. Yeah.
Higher.
Really?
Yeah,
350?
360. So I had
HR daddy.
I had,
Hey, hold on a second. Are you in the plus or minus right now?
I'm still plus.
Boom. That's all that
Doesn't
matters.
He's
matter.
up.
That's all that matters.
Doesn't matter. He's up.
But this one killed. I was like, oh, because
How much did you put on to lose? What was the big bet?
so I leave the machine.
Because I heard this
We
morning,
don't need to
this
know
morning
those
you're talking about you
details.
had two
Come on.
bad bets.
No,
He's
you're
up,
gonna love
he's
this
up.
guy.
You had it was red or whatever, so like it's not gonna be red, it's gonna be black or whatever. Reversed.
You're gonna love this.
And you then went and you lost it. You lost it too. So were these the like? These didn't take you from 160 down? These took you from the 300 down.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like $150 bets.
So
100
I cash out my ticket. I take the winnings. I have the winnings. I'm like, I've done it. I've cashed out.
The
Boom.
money. You got the money.
I got the cash.
You got the
Go to the
money.
machine. Get the cash. I'm walking. I walked kind of. I was gonna head over and meet up with you guys. I was like, man, I am tired.
I wasn't with him.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't? I thought you went and met him.
I gave him a cigar.
He
then
gave
I
me a
went to go
cigar,
through
and
the
then
house.
we-
We were all on our own at one point.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know what? I am gonna go to bed. It was like 10:15. Mature, responsible adult. So I start walking back, and I look over at the machine, like through some of the other machines. I looked, and the left side where you were sitting was on a run of 9 straight.
No, they all
black
you play
hits.
both. You could play both.
I know. Well, I know. I was playing both, but the one on the left was 9 straight black hits, 9 straight, and I'm like, and on the other game, like I was playing that other board mostly. I would wait like 4 or 5, and then I just play the odds and be like, red's coming up, and I hit it, and I built this thing all the way up, and then so I saw it, and I was like, well, there is no way that red's not coming up next. So I rush over, I whip out, and I only do this when I have winnings, right? Like I'm not going to my bank account being like, oh, I'm gonna.
It's fun money.
So yeah,
Right.
Basically, it's
Fun-
not my
fun
money.
money. No,
It's
no,
my
it's
money at
just-
that point. So I put $100 in, hit it. I was like, red,
was
here we go.
100.
Cash in an easy hundo and head away. So then I'm like, doesn't hit. I'm like, what? So then I take another 100. And
You
I'm like,
yelled,
I-
"Excuse me, I think this game
yeah.
is faulty."
Excuse me, it just keeps coming up black here. on
Actually,
this
they were
roulette
working
table.
on the machines this morning.
I saw
I
it,
went to
yeah.
go get a coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
Those machines were being
machines
worked on.
I was on?
just passed.
And I was
them.
going to come in and be like, "Oh, you took them for so much money, Dusty." But now
They
if
can't
took
even
you
give
for-
me a free 1 hour extra hour on this.
The fix is in.
So-
the fix is in.
So I right away I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So then I was at that point I'm on tilt already. I lost one. I'm like, grab another $100, put it in there.
He's chasing it now.
But
right?
I was totally chasing. Put it in, and then I put it in, but I was so panicky I didn't get my bet in time, And I was gonna.
Those you have to bet so quick.
Oh yeah.
Like the table ones, like
Yeah.
when you go to a real table, you got a lot of time to bet.
those
They
are
could
tickets
spin
down.
it. You could still go for a little bit. Here, it's like you got 18 seconds to click what you want, put it
Yeah.
there, make sure you're good with it. Like,
So I put
it's
it. I put
panicking.
it in, and I go to hit red again, and it's like, sorry, bet can't get in in time. And I'm like, damn it, it's gonna hit red, and I'm gonna hosed. So I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, I know this is gonna be red, and I would have won the $100 back. And sure enough, it comes up black again. So I'm sitting here going,
Black again.
I'm like, now it's 11 straight black hits in a row. So I left the 100 in there. I put it on red. I'm like, there's no way it's not coming up red. And there's this guy standing next to me,
Streak here.
a guy and his wife or his girlfriend or whatever sitting next to me. And I don't know if they were really playing or if they were just sort of watching, but this guy's seeing me. I'm like, so I hit it. I hit it again. This is a big rush. I can see why people like to bet.
The
with, like,
adrenaline's
crazy
flowing.
amounts of
you
money.
are, you're in it.
So anyway, I'm watching it roll. I'm like, come on, it's got to be red. And I'm already thinking, like, do I put the rest of this back in? But I was back to kind of where I started. So I was just like, but we'll see what happens. And sure enough, 00 green. And that's when I went from this to like this and turned around and walked away.
So this is what I've always learned my short little time playing roulette over the years. You never go against the streak.
You hear that?
That's what I
did
like.
so well
that's-
on the other side.
And I was
Never
and
go
when, now I
So
wasn't.
then
I
you
was
go
betting
with
very
the
low.
streak?
Yes.
Well, that doesn't
That's
make
what
any
I've done.
sense.
I've done that. Like yesterday, there was one of those machines was like 9 in a row odds. I was like, let's do odd again. And that's where I was getting the wins. And where I was struggling is when the streak stopped and it was going back and forth.
I was
and
going
there
the
was
other
none of
way.
that. I just couldn't figure them out. Like I was losing on those ones.
Yeah.
But when it was the streak, I just like, oh yeah, 4 straight red. Let's stick with it until it loses.
It's like the Oilers visiting the Red Wings, looking to make it 13 in a row or whatever. You just kind of got to go with it.
That's the way I do the roulette. But
You're a seasoned
So
roulette.
I could have been up
though,
by
that's
way
like
more.
You've won. I mean,
I've won.
You're speaking from experience.
I'm still up $40
Oh, brave.
since we got here. So
I'm actually only down like,
You're down?
well,
You're
it's like
up and
$10.
he's down. What is this?
you're down $10.
Like $10.
That's okay. Yeah.
That's all right.
Because I won a little bit, and
As
then I
long as
put it
you're
on
in the
my
double
bet in the
digits, double
sports, and then
digits, yeah.
and all of that. And we still got some
And you're
fun
down
today
on the
and stuff.
slots, eh?
Yeah, double digits, though. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh, that's still not bad.
You
then.
expect to leave Vegas down.
Yeah,
Right? If you're
that's
leaving,
true.
you're in and up. That's fine.
Part
As
of
long as you're not in the triple digits. I'm not chasing anything.
I go to the wisdom of Scott McCord.
Okay.
Seasoned horse racing
Season better. Season gambler. I mean,
Look, you lose that money, but it's also you're paying for the entertainment that you
fun
took,
money.
the fun that you
money,
had.
Fun money. Yeah.
That you sitting there at the machine and watching
Sure.
it go. There's an entertainment that comes with it
rush.
that you're now paying for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything costs money already, so it's just
Well, that's like when
that's
I
all it
played
is.
when I played the poker game. When it was all said and done, I'd only started with 20. I played for about an hour. Well, this whole conversation came off of the lady who was trying to pick up Tommy yesterday, and his mom
Which we
shooed her
need
away.
to get back to.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
she
but
was a
on the
mess.
betting,
Yeah.
Big Uke, always play what's coming up. I only apply this rule to roulette. I go against the streak everywhere else. And VR Montenegro never bet against the streak. Don't be
Yeah.
the guy trying to catch a
You know what I was
falling
doing?
knife.
I was trying to go full Rain
Don't-
Man this thing.
Say that again.
Don't be a guy trying to catch a falling knife.
Yeah, but what if you just go like this? And you catch it right there.
You could catch
You don't
it.
try to
yeah.
catch it like this. You catch it
It's-
like
I think
this.
Or
it's the act of
the
trying.
knife might be the other way, and you're just squishing your
Wow,
hand.
yeah.
until
Then you're
it
in trouble.
Yeah, that's
I guess that's
bad,
why
eh?
there's a saying that says never try to catch a falling knife. I guess.
Also,
you got the
NBA
hot take,
deal.
Smith, you can keep-
Before we get to what you want to get to, NBA deal. Knicks bring back Alec Burks and Big Donovich. I always struggle with that one.
Bogdanovich?
Bogdanovich. From the Pistons in exchange for a package that includes Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, and Flynn. According
Nick's
to multiple
moving, eh?
reports.
Nick's moving.
So Nick's bringing in a couple
Is it
of
the
guys
year
All right.
for the New York
Josh
Knicks?
Clausen says yes.
Mark Majot's New York Knicks.
So anyway,
The woman.
yeah, Tommy, this girl.
We need to
this
get
girl
Michelle.
fell in love.
It was Michelle.
I
We
think
got a
it was
name?
Michelle.
She
Did she follow you on Insta, or doesn't she have your Insta now?
She said she
Tom,
did.
Tom gave
Actually-
away your
Yeah,
Insta.
what's Tommy doing?
I know. Like,
It's like strangers.
well, you guys keep going here. I'll pull it up.
No, anyway,
here.
I mean, there's not much to go here. Yada yada yada. She rolls around, and she
She's
had
rolling,
eyes
all
for
right.
Tommy right away. And Tommy, we're sitting there with Tommy's parents and Larry. What a guy!
EST. Yeah, Michelle. EST Nasty Club member. I'd have to go look what
He's a
number
crack
it is.
packer. He was wearing his EST shirt. Larry Ring, great guy. So we're all sitting around, and
No way. That makes a lot of sense.
and-
We'll have to explain that. Talk about that off the air. She's part of a special group.
let me see this.
It makes sense. That makes sense.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, maybe.
Yeah. Well, she said she was not down on her luck, but she
Yeah, but she was.
kind of a boxcar
Anyway,
gal. Hey.
She kind of I don't know. Tommy's Tommy. Anyway, she was getting close with Tommy, and Tommy's mom was like giving her the death stare.
Well, she came into this too.
I missed
yeah,
the
So
tail end of
Tommy's
it.
mom was gone. She went to go walk around. She wanted to walk around
Yeah,
the
yeah,
casino
yeah,
while
yeah.
we all stood in the bar.
But the flirting
and
was midway
drinking.
through the second when she showed up, right? Like it
Well,
was,
no,
it
that's
was
the thing.
already
So,
getting hot and heavy.
This girl wasn't there when Tommy's mom first was there.
May
and
I
then she left,
make it-
Yeah.
and we were all there. So Tommy's mom comes back to seeing Tom holding hands with his girl.
Thank you. And I mentioned to you,
got-
all four hands.
Let's
the two from the
display
girl and the
this.
two from Tom. It was not just two hands.
was like this.
One
It
each.
was-
Yes.
it was like-
it was a hand sandwich. And I'll
Looked
say
like they
this
were about
too.
to go ready, set, break.
It
That's
was
when she came back.
Well, even
Tommy's
I
mom.
kind of
and it was funny.
recoiled
Like
in
as soon as
disgust.
she was walking back in, Tommy's dad looked at me. He's like, Eva's coming here, and she's gonna end this.
Florino is kind of son.
It
Good
was
luck.
It was funny.
It
was funny.
Michelle is her name. Mish Bridges 72 on Instagram. Her profile goes as such: Are you A+ or A-? I'm 100% plus. So that's the type of energy we're getting here.
Hey, she's on TikTok.
She says world traveler. She's on TikTok.
She's a funty.
She's a I don't know what that means.
Fun aunt.
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds nice.
is
I'm
that-
guessing.
Sounds dirty.
Anyway, the story.
What's like Funkle?
that sounds dirty too.
The story here is
she was laying it down. Like she was having a great day. She would go from tears of sadness to then tears of joy. I said something to her.
Tommy
which,
was comforting. That's what he
People
was.
are asking if she's lady of the night.
No, she
No,
wasn't.
she
No,
wasn't.
she wasn't. She was
She
just.
wasn't.
She was just a very
not by
outgoing,
trade,
like.
not by trade, but she could have been.
She was just. She was really just enjoying herself here.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but very emotional.
But Tommy kind of got sucked in a little bit.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
as one
Anyway.
does, I guess. But
Because a female was showing interest. It doesn't
Yeah.
take much.
But Tommy's mom, legendary, like GOAT status, for sitting there and just like
grade
she
A
is-
gatekeeper. Yeah, like she was not having it.
Yeah. Oh, my Tommy. Like, it was
And the
just-
silence spoke volumes.
Yeah,
the
oh, yeah.
eyes. That was.
The
She didn't
death
need to say
stare.
anything. No,
It was.
didn't need to say anything.
It was good. All right. So what else happened? What else do we got?
Well, the supper was great too.
Supper
And thank
was-
you
supper
to
was
HR
good.
Daddy for supplying the corporate card on
Yeah.
this trip. It's taken care of us in a variety of ways.
I mean, we need to stop it. I like. All he does is help with the books. You know, it's not like he's like
but hot take here.
approving decisions and stuff.
Well, I just go back to it.
Well,
It is
it's-
ultimately your call still.
It's
Yeah.
it's an
I
urban
know, but
legend
we're always
though.
like, "Oh, Daddy, can we do this?"
HR Daddy, yes.
Uh,
Thank you for the drink. You know that type of thing. But you're right. Maybe he's not as
We'll make it work.
hands on as
However,
Yeah, I don't think
We
it's
lead
like
people to
Tommy's
believe.
mom, like death staring me.
no,
Yeah.
but the opposite. He's watching from afar,
When did you get back yesterday?
like to reality. Or
Well, I don't think you're there yet.
no,
So when did you
real-
get back to here?
going to bed. Well, truth be told, I forgot to set my alarm. So I woke up this morning, as you do, by muscle memory and instinct, at around 10 to 5, which we started.
That was
at 5.
right before we started. You're on Tommy time.
And I'm like, whoa. And then security's knocking on your doors, whatever. I don't know, 12, 12:30,
Okay.
something along those lines, which has been kind of the standard, I guess, hit or miss. But I had a couple of, I actually bought 2 tall boy cans. Because
From like a
from a kiosk,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And because I just wanted 1 can. She goes, "You buy 2, you get a free shot." So I have boys following. You know, I know Dustin. You have the lock shop and everything, but I can bring. I have 2 tall boys in my room with a shot of Fireball waiting for us, room temperature.
Oh, so you didn't even drink these?
No,
This wasn't even just for you to
I
keep walking
bought-
around with.
I wanted-
you just bought them,
I wanted
and
a
then there was
night-
a free shot. So you're like, sure, let's do this. This is a great deal.
I wanted a nightcap beer. She talked me into getting 2 with the free complimentary shot. I brought them back up to the room, and just that was it. So they're sitting there waiting for us. They need to be drank. They cannot stay there. Obviously.
Well, we've got a late checkout later.
We
checkout.
will have a good time.
We're here
But-
till noon.
So I did that last night, and that was about it. Like, I mean, again, as you mentioned, we were all kind of separate. I was walking around. You gifted me with a Dutch Master, which I puffed
Yes.
on, and that was nice. And just again, and I mentioned to Dusty too. Super Bowl week began last night.
It felt that way completely.
I went up to a Barstool boys
I've
were
seen
there.
a few. I saw one today in this hotel. I think they must have some Barstool
Is it
people. Must be
Mincy?
in those hotels. Did you see Mincy?
I patted him on
Okay.
the back. I said, "Mince, you do a hell of a job, but I don't need to bother you with a photo because he's a busy guy."
Yeah.
He's kind of like the Iwanyk I'll say that.
No.
I don't. What do you mean no?
No.
This is a compliment. I'm not trying to like.
No, but it's see, and I'll have to take that as disrespect in a sense because he's the idiot.
He's not an idiot. He's a very smart guy. He
Okay,
plays
well, on
the
the
fool.
show or whatever,
No, he
it's like
plays the
full
fool.
idiot. Like everything goes right. He was wearing like a dunce cap or stuff. He breaks
Mints?
things. Yes.
Yeah, with the
He
glasses
breaks
and
it.
everything.
He,
yeah, yeah.
he breaks
the
things.
play-by-play
I don't
guy.
break those things generally.
Well, whatever. But
So
I just
I can't. I don't
he
like
gets the flack which he doesn't deserve, but also
I
does
saw
a lot of stuff which you do.
PFT commentator yesterday.
PFT
I
comment.
have,
He's in-
I
he's
have
in.
no idea who you guys are talking about.
I met Jersey Jerry last night.
Did
no
you?
idea.
He was at
Jersey
the table.
Jerry's the
No idea.
the guy who did the hole-in-one contest, I believe. The Barstool hole-in-one contest.
Yeah.
I still
Oh,
don't
you
know about it.
were on vacation at the time. It was the beginning of January. This guy in a sim, he just kept taking shots until he
He's a
hit
bit of a
hole-in-one.
loser.
Took him like
he's like,
Haas was all over it.
but
Talk to Haas about it.
He's
Oh,
their
right.
heavy bag. Like he's the one they beat.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I
They've
heard
got a
of
few of
the
those.
comment.
But he was at a table, and I said, "Hey, Mr. Jersey," and then I patted
Did he
Vince
say
on the
anything?
back, and I went.
So, yeah,
away.
so
We had
Barstool
a
must
great
be in
talk.
this hotel. with
Yeah,
us
yeah,
at
they're
Park
here. They're
MGM.
all over the place.
Yeah, of course.
It's
we just
NBA
set
trade
the,
deadline.
we set the trends.
It's
right?
NBA trade deadline. Why wouldn't you be here?
Barstool Sports came in after Edmonton Sports Talk.
No. What are you gonna do?
That's just how it
He
goes.
looked at the hat.
That's just how it goes.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah, he looked.
Yeah,
They
I
know.
I just don't
They
have,
know.
I don't have time to consume
No, I hear you.
any of that stuff.
I don't.
Like I don't know.
I
Who's
see
the-
their
what's
stuff
the-
generally on social media.
You said
and stuff.
PFT
Commenter.
Commentator.
and then who he does.
He does his show with Big Cat,
Okay, I've heard big. I've seen. I know. I would recognize.
and Big Cat's one of like the guys who started
Yeah, yeah.
it up
Dan
with
Katz.
Dave
I would
Portnoy.
recognize. I would recognize.
and
him.
I think KFC.
Yeah, but there's a lot of others. Like
They're
that.
all
Yeah.
over the place,
Yeah.
and yeah. They
But
come
Jersey
to
Jerry
Super
was
Bowl
pretty
week.
neat. He takes a lot of flack there, and I kind of like had a moment.
But he only got the hole in one.
You got the hole in one.
Got the hole in one. That's what you want in golf.
Can
Even
I
if
take
it's in sim.
I need to.
It's yeah. You go do what you need
When
to
are you guys
do.
going to talk about this blue flag?
Well, when he
thing?
comes back, we can get into that.
Yes.
I want to get into that.
It's I don't know. Well, there's more to it that I'll wait till Eric's back here. This is the EST Hangout presented by Mott's Clamato, the hard seltzer that started the wave, made with refreshingly real flavors for their iconic taste. White Claw, the difference is clear.
Wait, is that the last room, White Claw?
This is the last one.
I was going to say.
Yeah, we're
I feel like we
finished
put a
up.
pretty good dent into those.
I don't know if they have pineapple in Canada,
what do you think?
but
of
I
the
like pineapple. This is mango. I like the
Oh.
mango.
I like the pineapple better than the mango. I think
They're delicious.
my favorite one
Mango's
was
in
that
Canada.
watermelon smash one. Watermelon lime smash.
Yeah, that's you
good.
guys. I think finished most of them.
Well, no,
No, somebody finished the limes at the office.
You want a little EST
and they
inside
took
stuff?
one of the show me limes that I
Okay.
had at the front. So now
I was exchanging emails yesterday with the White Claw guy, and he's like, "Do you guys need a restock?"
yes, we do.
I replied, I said, "Yes, we could definitely use a restock." And then I sent him a picture of us getting White Claws down here for the hangout too. So I think he was
They
pretty
had
happy
those
with
surge ones, the watermelon ones, when we were picking up at the airport. I don't know if you saw those ones.
that.
It was there. The watermelon that you liked, it was at the airport.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I thought we just kind of got a basic case for it, right? So
No,
yeah.
it was. It's glad we found. Well, I shouldn't say found them. You're gonna find these wherever, but glad we got them because they've been a lifesaver here on the Hangout. Matt Iwanyk, Dustin Nielson, and then Lieutenant Eric will be back. He's just in the washroom. And then we got Lock Shop today with you and Huss, and no two guys and a goalie, but you guys will be back with that on Tuesday. Next week, Oil Stream will be back at noon tomorrow.
And tomorrow, full lineup. Tommy and Gager in the morning, getting ready for the Oilers game. We'll be in to do the hangout.
We need to just. It's Beer of the Week tomorrow.
It should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just go let Tommy know that. I'll let Tommy know.
Well, Scott will just show up and they'll do it. And then, so we'll be on hangout tomorrow. Then we'll have Lock Shop Super Bowl edition, and then Oil Stream tomorrow. Also getting you ready for the big game.
And then Saturday, watch party, Boston Pizza, Oil Stream pregame show, postgame show, Westgate.
Westgate
Boston Pizza?
location, just north of the West Edmonton Mall, where Wayne Sports Cards is. If you time it right, maybe hit up Lil Wayne's on Saturday.
What time will they close?
Wayne's closes at 5,
Show starts at 6:30.
6:30. But I mean, go to Wayne's.
Actually, I got a little.
Go to Wayne's, pop over, have your dinner, then slide on into the lounge and join Tommy for pregame at 6:30.
You could also quickly just go take a stop and walk around the Italian Center because it's right there.
Oh, it's right there too. Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
you could go take a nice little.
That's
walk.
real nice, actually. You can't just
Walk
go walk around
Why
the Italian
not?
Center. You're gonna get something.
Go buy. Well, go buy some bread.
Yeah.
Go buy anything. Go buy a dessert. Have a dessert before you go eat at Boston Pizza.
So that's Saturday. Then Sunday.
Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. We are there for the big game, as they are calling it here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the big
all
game.
over the place. We will all be there. We have a lot of prizes to give away. We'll have some EST merch. 6 o'clock or lager will be available in cans. Renee from Centric Casino, she's going to have some prizing to give away. And then on Monday, we're doing the shows from Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, 6 until 1. You can meet everyone once again there. If you have a hotel room, I guess you could come and watch us do a show. We'll all be doing that on Monday. And then Tuesday, we got some normality here
Tuesday
at
back to
Edmonton
normal.
Sports Talk.
Wednesday back to normal. And then Thursday, we'll be on location in the morning at an RV show. More details coming up on that. And then I think that's our first Hudson's pre and post game. Tommy Gazzola is going to be doing pre and post at Hudson's, both locations, between now and the end of the season quite a few times. So, yeah, it's good. Things are going pretty well. It's going to be busy, but get back into routine. It'll be nice, and it's going to be big. Soapkirk is going to say, joined the Crack Pack last week. I spent too much money on Wayne's online breaks this week. Yeah, well, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining up. I'm doing a giveaway over there right now, giving away a free box of cards on the Crack Pack because we hit 900 members now.
So how do they win it?
So that's like the side gig of my side gig. You just have to be on the Crack Pack Facebook page. Just go Crack Pack breaks. I'll approve you. Then you just have to go in and say Crack Pack for life, and you go into a draw.
Did you ever get really nervous when you opened one? Like when you saw a card?
When I opened the cup,
Yeah?
it's a high end product, and I wear gloves, and it's pretty fun.
Why don't you just wear the gloves all the time?
Because it's not super convenient if you're banging through packs quickly. But if you're doing the tin of the cup, you need this like bigger knife, and you put on your gloves, you open up the tin, and then you like cut down on the side. Oh, it's fun. But those boxes are like $1,500-$1,600 for like 7 cards. It's insane.
I'm sure you guys talked about it last week, but did you see all those Wayne Gretzky rookie card year
Yeah.
unopened boxes over there? I don't know what it officially sold for in the end.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was going over.
I mean, somebody would know if that auction's done. I'm not 100% sure if it's already completed, but it would have gone for about $2 million.
Would you open it? Like, what's the point of buying that then if you're not opening? Like, what's the point of having all those unopened boxes? I'm actually really curious. Like now, if you go spend $2 million on those packs, do you want to like open it?
Well, I would think you'd hold it till Gretzky passes away in 30 years. He's going to live till he's 99, right? That's just what's going to happen with Wayne Gretzky. Of course, Wayne Gretzky's going to live till he's 99. So that's 33 years from now.
Can you imagine if it was 98?
Or 36 years from now. 36 years from now. Yeah, that was...
The disrespect.
Matheson would
the
hate it.
disrespect.
I don't know if I could sit on it for 36 years, though. But it would be,
like there's no guarantee Gretzky's in there?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
he's in there?
Oh, there would be, it's 16 boxes, lots of cards in boxes back then. I'd probably put it at least 7.
So this is Schrodinger's
8
cat.
Gretzky
You don't
rookies.
100% know, but you do feel like it's there.
But if there could be Gretzky's rookies in there, but they could not be cut properly. So like you need to churn off a couple of 10s, and then you're laughing. But that's tough to call. I mean, if I keep hitting big on the roulette video game here, maybe one day I can get there. But I don't want to open them so bad though. Like to pull a Gretzky rookie would be nuts. I think I saw Drake one time, or Drake or Jake Paul. I get them confused.
How do you get those two confused?
It was a joke, man.
Okay.
But one of them opened up, I think, a box of Jordan rookies, or like Jordan's rookie year, and pulled a Jordan rookie, which would be quite the scene too.
Well, you'd get it captured live on camera, no doubt, right? Like, I mean, it's not like you're doing it in the privacy.
Yeah,
of
I
your
mean,
own,
with the
like,
breaks and stuff.
the excitement,
Yeah.
and you and
Yeah,
you can't miss video. Yeah,
the card game's interesting.
Yeah.
It's
But even if
it's
you
a
don't
lot
have
of
any
fun.
skin in the game, just to watching a break, Crack Pack breaks on Facebook. Join now if you haven't.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you were to hit a 10, if you could just grab a bunch of 8s and 9s out of there, you'd be great. But like, I have a 4. I have a Gretzky 4. And if I was to show you guys, you look at it and be like, how is this just a 4? Like, the edges are great. But if you turn it just to the light like this, there's like a small little sort of crease that you can only see at certain lights, and that knocks it down from a 4 because it looks like a 7 or an 8. I was just like, what the hell? And then I realized that there's just a little crease there.
Rip City Steph texting on 780-218-9999 saying, they say to be at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge by 4, or the tables may start being released to walk up traffic.
Whoa.
Now the game
So
is
Rip
afoot.
City Steph said, I'm showing up at 3. Time to decide to get a room.
Well,
That's new information that we're getting. So if you have a table booked at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for Sunday, make sure you're there before 4 o'clock, I would say. Otherwise, you might lose that table that you reserved.
they don't want to
a
lose
walk-up.
out on business, right? And that's important.
Well,
and I get that.
Kickoff
I totally
is,
get that.
I think they say that like it's
You
scheduled
never know when it
4,
is. You
but
never
it's
know
like
when
it's
it
gonna be like 4:30 or something
Right.
by the time kickoff actually happens. But by then it's like, okay, if you're not here, are you coming or not? And they gotta reserve those tables or get those tables out
like,
there.
You
So
shouldn't be worrying or like, where am I gonna like? At
you
that
don't
time,
show up to
you
a
need-
Super Bowl
No,
right for kickoff.
no, you can't. You have to be prepared. You have to
I
be.
have a confession.
You've done that? You've never gone out for a Super Bowl?
You don't have a table booked.
I was trying to guess what your confession was.
Go ahead. Try to guess.
Oh, I just did.
Wrong.
Okay.
Because you just said you're not late for Super Bowl. I will actually be late for the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm assuming
Tweet,
you have a kid
Tweet,
thing.
blue card.
It is
10 minutes. 10 minutes in the
The story
bathroom.
on that one.
10
It
minutes.
is.
I'm assuming you have a kid thing.
This is, as you know, parent first, daddy first, and then 1,000 work things. Marshall at 3:15 that day plays his first ever full ice game.
3:15.
Oh,
eh?
full
On
ice.
Super Bowl Sunday.
as coach, as one of the
Yeah, who
coaches.
schedules that?
The big game.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah.
big game.
That's why the Grey Cup's
No?
the big game.
So I
No one does that in the Grey Cup season.
I'll say this: Marshall skipped hockey for the Grey Cup. Just saying.
Well, there you go. That's
By the way, I
priorities,
haven't
eh?
got to see him since Sean and Brady Oliveira signed, so he's gonna. Oh, it's gonna be a great
You're having a
embrace when I
party,
see him tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm not gonna miss his first ever full ice game. It goes to 4:15. It's at Castle Downs. I could possibly still be at the casino by kickoff because the kickoff's gonna be what 4:35.
Yeah,
You're gonna
about
miss
there.
Reba, though.
That's like
Should we
it'll be
pause
about-
it? We'll start it on a delay. Central
Yeah, can you
Casino
tell
Sports Bar
Renee
Lounge,
to
I
pause
would
it?
10 minutes
say-
behind the Super Bowl, eh?
I would say it's, and everyone stay off your phones, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
I would say between 4:20 and 4:45 is the window for kickoff.
That's a good. Yeah,
That's where I would
that's
put it.
fair.
Yeah, if it's I think it'll be close, but I think I might still be able to make kickoff.
Reba though.
But that's a
I like
different
Reba.
story.
Marshall's first ever full ice game's legendary. It goes into overtime, and I just
The
can't
big
wait.
game. The big game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're playing Sherwood Park.
Well, that's
Big rivalry.
Big rivalry.
Huge
White Boy
rivalry.
West
that's
Sherwood
Rashad
Park.
country.
Rashad and Jack Michael's country. Right?
There you go. Yeah, tan suit.
Okay, can we do the blue?
Tweet. Blue card.
Okay, so they're adding a blue card in soccer, maybe.
The game's gone.
This is
Would
where
you
I'm gonna
not
have
agree?
This is where I'm gonna have a
Okay.
snooze.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Take a 5. Close your eyes.
I just need to find the article again. I closed it by accident. Is this the one I'm looking for? This is the one I'm looking for. So soccer looking to add the blue card, which you've already mentioned on the morning show, would be used for egregious fouls or cynical fouls, and that player will be removed from the field for 10 minutes.
That's. Let's just pause.
What are the fouls again?
Egregious or cynical? What is the definition?
Well, so before we continue on
in the
from
gray
here,
matter,
I will
gray
start
area
with
of
this
soccer
is-
officiating, this is just.
There's an issue at lower levels of soccer when it comes to gambling and match fixing. Actually, I shouldn't say lower levels.
Oh,
In the biggest level of Italy, there has been issues with match
and
fixing
there's
before.
money to be made, eh?
Now you're saying a ref has the discretion to go hand out
Take a player off the
blue
pitch.
card and take him off the pitch for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Which is just like that, opening up that can of worms is very, very dangerous.
Are we going to call it a power
It's-
play? A 10-minute power play?
It's blue because it's clearly different from yellow or red.
Yeah,
for
no,
look.
the
So that's
color
why it's
spectrum
blue.
is fine. I mean, that's.
If you get 2 blues, it's a red card. So if you take one blue,
New meaning to
come
sing in
back
the blues,
on.
hey? It'll be, the commentators are going to have a field day with this, eh? All of the.
you go on with the. And do you know it's like there's going to be the blue card that just pops up on
You're
the screen,
right.
like how there's the red card
You're
that'll
right,
show up.
yeah.
They'll just have a blue card that comes in. Top tier competitions will be excluded from the initial testing in case they need to refine it. But elite trials could start beginning as soon as this summer. It may include the FA Cup, which is one of the most prestigious cups you'll find, and the Women's FA Cup, with the Football Association considering volunteering next season's competitions for testing. It will not be used in the Euros or next year's
Any
Champions
international with
League.
Canada this summer, nothing like that. We're not looking at.
I don't know. Well,
yeah.
we just got VAR, I think, in Canadian competition.
Yes.
Imagine a CONCACAF match with a blue card being available.
That'd be nuts.
Well, I
CONCACAF After Dark's going to go insane.
those nights in Honduras.
Where this takes an interesting little turn is, because this is what you're saying. So the president of UEFA, who came out today, is not seeking re-election. And so once this term
he's got
comes
his
up,
bag.
he's gone.
He's ready to go. Yeah.
Well, he says last month he was completely opposed to the blue card, saying, quote, "It's not football anymore," just as you said. And he's now leaving also as president. So I wonder if he's just...
How
'cause-
much? How much?
What?
How much turns that neck?
For him?
Well,
Well, he's leaving. How much is he leaving because he's not
well,
happy with
he's
football?
leaving because is he leaving because of that?
Well, that's now...
No.
Is he leaving because he doesn't like where football's heading? Because have you heard? You also know the other stuff FIFA has proposed in the past. They want to go to 60-minute matches. They want to have a clock that starts and stops.
So do you think this is a protest quit?
I think this is
You don't think this
overall,
is like, hey,
he
take this
doesn't-
money, shut up, and get out of here, and everybody's happy?
No, because
Okay.
because you have to
No, I
skip
just-
re-election. I think this is a case. I think you give him the money and he just takes the money and he stays in the role.
Okay.
Him to walk away, I think he looks at this and goes, "I don't like where soccer is heading."
Well, then there's
Football
hope for the
is
world.
Heading.
There's hope for
no,
the world.
because they'll
then,
put
I
someone
guess.
in that's likes the blue card, and we'll have blue cards.
So you're saying that him quitting now, like you should, if
He agrees with you.
If you are
and
that,
he's taking a moral compass or moral protest, going, "I don't need to be part
but
of
if
this."
your
anymore."
morality is so pure and just,
not morality.
You would stay in the role then to
No, I think-
prevent somebody else coming in crooked that would say, "Oh, this is a great idea,"
no, I
and
think
away
you
we go.
see the writings on the wall.
Yeah, but
They're going this way.
if you're the only outsider to be providing a
But if
objective
England-
point of view,
But
then
if
you should
England's
stay
already
there.
going for it, and FA saying we'll try it, and then all of a sudden the Premier League comes to the table with UEFA and says we'll do it, and then the Bundesliga says we'll do it, and La Liga says we'll do it, the president of UEFA doesn't have much say at that point.
But you're the prez. You have say.
You have some.
And being in that position, you still
Okay, so maybe he knows that
provide
whatever he
say
says, it's
moving
not going to
forward.
work.
Well, maybe, but I mean,
I don't think it's a coincidence.
now you're removing yourself from the
that-
conversation. If you're in an argument, you know you're losing. That's fine, but you're still in the argument. Now you're going to say I'm leaving the room. Well, now you're done. Like,
I don't think it's a coincidence that it comes out that he's not seeking re-election. And
I
this
hear you.
news comes
I
out where
agree with
it's
you.
partly he says it's not football anymore.
but it's
they
BS
also
that
say,
you should stay there. Then fight it. If you are that
well, go
opposed
write
to
him
it,
a letter.
I will write him a letter.
There's also something about this being...
Wake up.
I think they should put icing in.
Well, is it a power play? A 10-minute power play?
So one example of where
minutes.
this could be used rightfully, if it was rightfully, is anyone who remembered the Euro final between Italy and England? Cialini just took down
What
Saka.
year was that again?
2020, but it was played in 2021.
Yeah, of course. Because of the pandemic and stuff.
And he pulled down Saka by the shirt just to stop a chance for going in on his own. It was a great foul. It was a smart foul.
But that's 10 minutes.
He took a yellow. But now that wouldn't be as much because he'd go off for a blue.
minutes? Yeah.
But I think you still do that. You still take him down.
Because there are those smart penalties, smart calls. Any sport, you
Always.
take a penalty
Always.
sometimes.
You
and give him
sometimes
the-
have to take that pass
take-
interference
Yeah.
because you don't give up the touchdown.
You as the individual look bad, but
And
you do it
especially
for
in
the
college
team.
football because it's only 15 yards. It's not a spot foul.
Bingo.
Quick soccer question for you guys. Is the sport, I'm talking fans, players, organizations, are they asking for something to change with soccer?
Oh no.
Like, so why would this even come up? Like, who out there is going, hey, you know what you need to do with soccer? Change it. I mean, it's been a successful sport forever. And why would you? I
Not
don't
the blue
get it.
card. I won't go with the blue card. With them wanting to go to 60 minutes maybe, but with start stops, it's so that they could eventually add TV timeouts in the broadcast. So they could sell those rights to commercials and make billions of dollars
It's
more.
all about money. And another theory with the 60-minute is that the talk has been about increasing games and game volume within a calendar year for players and teams.
Well, the
and
Club
clubs and
World
countries.
Cup being
but if you
whatever it is now.
if you take the game down from 90 to 60, you're theoretically saying, well, we can squeeze in more games and
Even
more
though
money
you're playing,
and
but
I know
in
it doesn't
theory,
matter.
it's supposed to be still. It's a 90-minute match, but you're just taking away the delays.
Right, but you could argue that, oh, well, the timing and everything like that, and we can have 2 games a day or whatever in a fantasy world from people who make the money.
I hate it all.
I hate everything.
This isn't the thing for me to
I hate
stop.
sports.
This isn't
I
the
hate
thing
it
for me
too.
to stop.
Sports sucks.
I won't walk away from soccer with this.
I might.
No.
No, you won't.
This 60-minute might get me.
Well, that changes the game. The
Yes.
blue card is an addition that
60
will
minutes would be a significant change.
But and
It
but
literally
with start
changes
stop,
the
so
game.
it'd be this. It ultimately what they would say
Oh,
is it'd be
60
the
minutes
exact
stop time.
and there'd be no extra time at the end where the ref guesses how much time there is.
which adds to the.
Well, I also
That's
think
the
it's great
feeder of
that
the game, man.
it's you don't
It's wrestling. It's
you
all
can't
wrestling.
run out the clock necessarily. The other team could get the ball, and if they're in attacking possession, you're generally not going to blow the whistle until you get that one last chance. It's like in football in the CFL, you get that
I'm
one
take my
last
shoes
shot.
off.
I hate it. Yeah, take them off.
That one I don't think
Give you a blue card for that.
That's nice.
that one I don't think I would be a fan of soccer anymore, or like not anymore. It would hurt me.
You guys would
It hurt
still
my
be
fandom.
fans.
I understand
But
change,
it wouldn't be
but
the
I don't have to
same.
like it.
It wouldn't be the same.
Like,
I mean, I'm not
no,
gonna argue
it's
it's
how
the
do we-
same, but all of a sudden you're not gonna be like, I'm done with soccer.
But okay, hockey moves to two
I'm trying to
periods.
think.
I'm putting my shoes back on. I think my
30
socks stink.
minute periods,
But
two halves.
yeah, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, two
Two
halves,
halves.
for hockey.
We're gonna play this game.
Huh? What do you say?
What would be the blue card?
People don't
equivalent?
like it, but they're not gonna stop watching hockey.
Sure, but it changes
They're-
your
They might.
digestion
some,
of the
some
sport.
that
directs
goes
might
back around to my
slowly
thing, like,
stop.
It changes everything.
Why even discuss it? Like it doesn't need to happen.
Money.
It seems like
It's
they're
got to
just
be money.
boring.
Somebody's making money.
I don't
They're
know
just
the
bored
blue
or
card. I
something.
don't know
Somebody's making money.
the blue card. Well,
It's probably he's
I don't
probably
know
right.
how, but
because
Look,
they're gonna.
as-
it's gonna be easier to fix matches.
whatever. Sure.
As guys in our own business now, it always comes back around to money.
It's always money. HR Daddy can vouch, right?
The other stuff is about the money because it's TV commercials.
It just
They
seems
want
so
to get
that's
unnecessary.
easy.
because
That's easy.
that's the one thing soccer doesn't have.
Exactly.
Is they can't sell a
I
commercial
think I
during a
have I think I have a
broadcast.
theory on this.
But now they
Let's
can.
hear it.
Can I throw this? Well, that's
Which
that's
would
a good.
suck.
That's a good
I love
point.
this now. What
That's from Steve Sanders.
Can you
He
imagine
mentions that a lot.
changing soccer that much to go into commercial break and that'd be ridiculous.
Well, even Formula
But
One, though, you're watching it. They have a break and break.
do you guys think any of this is them trying to grow soccer in North America even
No.
more? Because it seems like a very North American
Well-
thing to do. You're North
yeah, yeah,
Americanizing it.
What next? A draft?
Soccer is a classic game, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Matty,
a little
you,
bit.
you buying into that?
There's
thing.
a little
Look
bit.
at me
I think.
coming up with soccer
well,
theories
'cause-
here. I love
well,
this.
the best example would be Formula One. Formula One is big. People want to say, "Oh, look how much popularity Formula One has grown the last little bit." Only in North America.
Yeah.
Formula One is massive around the world and always has
On
been.
what's even
largely.
bigger?
And then
Soccer.
they've brought it to the U.S. and they've made changes that F1 fans are upset with to try to grow. To the Las Vegas race has their issues, but they're brought it here and they have 3 U.S. races now because they're trying to grow the U.S. audience even bigger. Is soccer then looking at that and going, "This is how we can convince some of them"? But see, I think you could look. I think soccer's going to dominate the U.S. anyway.
It doesn't
largely.
need to.
It's
But
not.
it may-
It's never
it-
going to
it
be the
may-
NFL.
It may feel at this point that it. No, let's give it a shot.
In our
Let's
lifetime, it's
try
never
it.
going to be the NFL.
In our
the
lifetime.
US.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be basketball in our lifetime. Soccer could become the 3rd biggest sport in the U.S.
Yeah.
In our lifetime.
With
Very
promotion
easily.
relegation
With very
and,
easily.
and what they're setting up with the amount of clubs that are
I'm not even
involved.
talking about the MLS league, just in general, just soccer in
No, but
general.
if you-
like soccer
if you bring
fans,
that model
you
there
don't
and-
need to go and convert people because I think it's going to happen anyways.
Every
So what's it going
every
to pass? Hockey, obviously.
Baseball.
yes.
Baseball.
Yeah.
think
Every
it passed
market is
baseball.
represented, even the small. Like, there's a lot of clubs out there, whether it's MLS or the division below.
It is nice having, like, obviously our kids play hockey. Like, dance is expensive. A lot of stuff's expensive. Soccer, the Muzz play soccer, super cheap,
Everybody plays.
super
soccer.
affordable.
Everybody plays.
And Marshall plays baseball in spring. And baseball's really, like, even registration
Equipment is
affordable.
provided.
No, what happened? You said
Or-
bats are ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean,
A good pair of cleats, good pair of soccer boots too. You can kind of run up, but
Yeah.
that's it. That's your thing. It's like
yeah,
basketball.
but like,
you buy a
like
good pair of basketball shoes.
baseball
and you-
registration is
yeah,
very reasonable.
Yeah.
To get kids into it, right? And soccer is the same.
same thing.
It's not like hockey where it's just too much.
But he's
money,
playing 5-a-side, right? It's not like the traditional like 11v11, which I wish was instituted at lower levels, right? Like true soccer, not the 5-a-side orange slices at halftime. Blah blah blah.
They should add white orange slices to make it more relatable.
I'll keep the orange slices, but give me 11v11, 90 minutes.
Yes.
Like if you want to get the country going, you want to get Alfonso Davies the window, but have kids playing the game the right way from the start, and not as it's this fun little offset. It's my
Nick
my
is
Popularity
beef.
is growing.
couple of
Popularity is
guys
growing
here. El
completely.
Presidente says soccer isn't as cheap as many think, And Nick says soccer's not as cheap as you think. Still
It's-
paying.
But what are we talking
600
about?
to
Registration or
700 a year.
what registration?
But it's not that part that makes it cheap. It's if you just want to go play it with your buddies, it's very cheap.
You need a ball. That's all you need
can
is a ball.
start, and if you have the
We
talent,
can play soccer in here right now.
Alphonso Davies is the perfect example of, didn't really have it. Like there was the talent there, got into free play. Always free.
Yeah, but it was
What is it called? I forgot.
you weren't paying and
but he got
hassling
into
with-
that program, which helps.
To cover some stuff.
Yeah.
And then his career launched and stuff. So it's just getting that initial play time where it's like, yeah, you could go play street hockey, but you can't ski.
Well, you
And
need
that's the
stuff.
difference.
You
And
need a
it's-
stick. You need
with
a
soccer, you could go kind of learn on your own largely with just in one way. You don't even need a soccer ball fully, but you need a soccer ball, and that's it. I just kicked.
You
my
don't
mouse
even
away.
need some twine. It's just you need the ball. It's just
So-
like basketball.
But yeah, I've heard that the registrations are getting up there with soccer too, and I think everything is now
It's
just
everything,
Well,
everything.
dance is apparently just ridiculous. Gager talks about that all the time.
Get your kids into chess.
Baseball's getting there.
Chess. I wish I would have gotten into chess at a
The
young
Muzz
age.
is in hip hop dance.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah.
Because that's Crush would like that because it's something different,
Yeah,
right?
she's got she got swag to her, right?
The muscle
She's-
memory.
She's 6, but she's swaggy.
She's
And,
snapping.
she got the hip hop
She's
dance
snapping.
class, and she's like looking at me like mean mugging me while she's doing her moves. I'm like, what is this?
Does she dance you off like random times around the house? Like you just meet her in the hallway and she's
just
like,
full blown dance off?
she just lays down right
She's
there.
got this
like,
move at the end of her
That's cool.
routine where she goes like this.
Oh, get out of here.
And I'm like, you're 6, but damn, that's cool.
The drip is just, yeah.
yeah. The Muzz just, every outfit she picks is good. Like, I'm sitting here looking the same all the time.
Well, you and
like,
Marshall are kind of one and the same. where it's just you guys are
Marshall's
just big old boys.
yeah,
You're doing
Marshall,
your thing.
Marshall's like, somebody got a shrink ray and shot it at me, and it became Marshall.
The style is questionable.
Yeah.
The trends
Yeah.
are whatever.
Marshall's
but
gonna have
Muzz
the same
is there
haircut
setting the
that
scene.
he has now for
Yeah,
the rest of his life, just like Daddy.
And the
Like, that's just
sister
how
will
it
be
works.
setting
yeah.
trends.
Yeah, the Muzz is just.
Caster 1990 also just saying Wayne from Wayne's Cards
Yeah.
was on Jespo's show and says that there's a
He was.
minimum of at least 5 to 8 Gretzky cards based on his analytics.
Okay, so this is
I like
interesting.
We're
analytics.
talking
I
crack
like
pack analytics here.
analytics.
If
Oh,
anybody's
boy.
gonna do it, it's Wayne.
That's
Yeah,
what I
right.
love.
Another great
he
partner
did
of
the
Edmonton
analytics. He
Sports
broke
Talk.
it down.
Let me just see. On
He
eBay
went and he
here.
found the
Let me see.
Corsi, the goals expected of this.
Yeah.
What are the? It's the Gretzky.
10 minutes. Get out of here.
It's the Gretzky expected. The 5 to 8 is the Gretzky's expected
the
of that
GE.
pack.
The
GE.
GE, yeah.
What's your GE on this case? I'm just looking up some Gretzky rookie prices here. Because if let's say somebody paid $2 million for 16 boxes.
Yeah.
So here's a 7. A 7 right now, they're asking $7,500. So, like, unless whoever gets this pulls a 10, you're losing money on it if you open it up. Because let me see if they got any PSA 9s on eBay. Here's a Gretzky sign. Oh, that's signed. That's different.
What are the odds of getting that 10?
I was talking to Larry yesterday. You guys know Larry.
Larry Ring, yeah.
Larry, he has a bunch of Gretzky rookies, and he was saying like obviously the market's changed a lot in the last few years, but I don't know. One of the guys said here. Where's that chat? One of the guys in the chat here laid it out. Toby, here's Toby. Toby says, I doubt there will be a 10 in there. Only 2 PSA 10s exist now. Today, a PSA 9 goes for about $100K. So if there's only going to be, let's say, take the high-end analytics from Wayne, 8. There's 8 of them in there. If you somehow you need to pull 8 9s to even get half of your money back. So like, you're buying that hoping, because it's unopened, that a couple of the Gretzkys you get
What's
are
the
10s.
Schrodinger's cat then? Like this is a perfect example of that.
Are
You don't know what cards are in there.
Safe to say
but
you're
you're
get-
expecting that there's some good cards in there, but you also then don't know what they
Tell
are.
me about this cat guy.
You're getting
Who's-
PDO.
It's paradox.
I love
type
how
thing.
he's brought up Schrodinger's cat twice on the Hangout.
So
Once is enough.
It's if there's a box with a cat in it, this is what the series they see. He's just zoned out. Well, I'm gonna wait.
Sorry, I was reading the chat.
Yeah, you asked me to explain something to you, and then you
yeah.
just zoned away from me.
Maddie, tell me about Schrodinger's cat.
And
So
Pavlov's
it's this
dog by
theory
now.
where
yeah,
if you have this box and you
Yeah.
put a cat in it, and you put something in there that's going to kill the cat, but you don't know when it's going to kill the cat, and you close the box, in theory, the cat is both dead and alive, because you know the cat's going to die, but you just don't know when, and you won't know whether it's alive or dead until you open the box.
But you're assuming that.
So you now know that there's a cat in there, but it could either be like that's kind of the basis
What'd you put
behind
in
it.
the box?
Well, you can put like.
It's just like a
Yeah, but
one
whatever
of
you
those
put in the box,
paradox.
you should be able to at least have a ballpark
like a poison.
of how long it's going to last.
let's say you don't know.
How would you not know? Because
I
you're
don't
going to
know.
know what put this. Whole
Let's say
thing.
you put a disease in there and it's going to affect this cat, and you don't know how
You
quickly
don't
this
think that
cat's going to
disease
die.
is being tested on other cats.
A
in the
slow
past?
burn.
But it
No,
could some move quicker,
Slow
some
burn,
move
yeah,
less.
I don't like the theory.
Well, it's just, but the theory is that if this box is in there, so it's going to die, but you don't know if it's dead, not yet. So it can be considered both dead or alive. Here, this Gretzky thing is, you think there's Gretzky cards in there.
There is.
There might not
Two
be.
possibilities
I'll just say
exist.
that right now.
Two possibilities
There's a potential
exist.
there might not, but
No,
then
there isn't.
also
There
you
isn't.
don't
It's
know.
a guarantee. There's Gretzky rookies there. It's literally probably guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed.
But
in
what's
life
the
like
grade,
that.
right?
What
And
if
that's
that? What if
another-
that is the one pack that never got any?
You don't have to tell me
5 out
that
of
it's
10.
guaranteed. I went red after 11 black hits in a row. on roulette last night.
99.9%
You are the
chance.
cat.
99 until you open it.
I'm
you don't know.
Schrodinger's cat.
You don't know.
He's the cat now. Cat bird seat.
That's where it comes down to. So yeah, I brought it up. I'll bring it up one more time. for the
Pavlov's
show.
dog. Can you include if you can throw in a Pavlov's dog
I don't
by
know
the
that
end of
one.
the show? No.
I don't think I know that one.
So it's the one where he trains the dog to eat and he brings a bell every time, right?
Yeah.
And then when he rings the
Oh.
bell, the dog gets hungry and
Yes.
salivates because he's
Yeah,
so used to the bell.
yeah, I've seen. Okay, yeah. I know that. Jim does
Has
it in the
nothing
office.
to do with the cat.
Jim
yeah,
does
yeah,
it
yeah,
with
exactly.
the Altoids or mint
The
or whatever. And
Altoids,
then,
yeah.
It's classical conditioning.
That's
what it says.
Yes, very good.
And then there's also like the other one is the grandfather theory. So
Sure.
if you go back
Got
in
the hair
time,
thing?
huh?
You get the same hair as your
No.
other.
No, this is if you.
What are you
This
talking
is
about?
Well, you know
this
what
is
they
a
say.
try.
You get the
Genetics?
hair from your
Yes.
mom's
Your mom's dad is what the hair you're gonna get.
Really?
That's the theory.
Never been proven scientific.
Also, nice picture with Jersey Jerry.
You
I
saw
on
it, eh?
Twitter just
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Stay focused.
The grandfather's theory is if you go back, it's a time travel thing. If you go back in time, and let's say you kill your grandfather before, like,
Why would you do that?
just because it's part of this theory.
Well-
How could you have done that? Because once you have,
You wouldn't be
you wouldn't
alive.
have, like, he couldn't have conceived you.
Right.
Yeah, it's Back to the Future. You start to go invisible.
But if you kill the grandfather, do you
How did you
automatically
do that?
disappear?
How
Like,
did you go
can't do
kill
it
the
because-
grandfather then?
Wow.
That's the paradox with this. There's also I'm going to go
Meow
into
for
one
us
more.
here. Meow.
It depends on how you're looking at time travel because sometimes it's like balls
Well,
curled up. You can touch
Linear?
various places.
Oh, now you're getting.
you know,
Yeah, I like that.
Quantum string theory.
Quantum physics.
That's how it goes. And then I'm sure I'm getting like I'm
Hey,
making
we're,
it a little too
Yeah.
simplistic. And then there's the birthday paradox, which if you're in a room of just 23 people, it's a 50-50 chance two of them have the exact same birthday with only 23 people.
Well, have you heard of
That's
the?
just wait, the exact same birthday?
Yes. Like a
No way.
date,
Incorrect.
not year. But
No
they're in-
way.
yes, that's
way.
the theory.
I'll hit you with this one. Have
And
you-
but then it goes up to I just want to find the number here quickly. It goes up to I want to find where it jumps up to like 90%. Finish. You can go into while I'm.
well, I was
still
just going to
reading.
ask. Have you guys ever heard about this red hat theory that's been making the rounds?
Yeah. So what happens is you
Why
go
do
to
you
this
guys-
convention, and when you walk into the convention room, there's two of you. And it just keeps duplicating and duplicating. And that's why they keep walking back and forth, is they're going in and duplicating themselves, and then there's more coming out. And that's why we keep seeing more and more and more and
Yeah.
more and more of these red hat
This
people.
is going off your string theory. I
It's
believe,
the string theory
right?
theory.
Now we need to find this one.
Well, you know, it's lots of theories out there.
Well, I want to find where it jumps up. Like, yeah, because it's only 23
Well, if you
people.
keep adding the people, the likelihood of having the birthdays would
It doesn't make
naturally
sense
increase,
if there's
right?
365 days in a year. There's 23 people in a
60s,
room and there's 50% chance. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
The math on that is.
Well, I'm going to trust the mathematics on this one over you. I'm just going to
let's
say
go.
that
Let's
one.
go
Wow.
down. Let's go
Wow.
downstairs right now.
We could go do
Find
that.
23 random people and go ask each of them, "Hey, what's your birthday?" They're not going to line up.
And then
buddy, I won $160 in roulette last night
You're questioning him.
by just looking at the board and seeing where the trends were in my head and going boom.
and you went against the trends at the end.
No, the trend was
You're like
that
Russell.
the red was good.
You're
go.
Russell Crowe, a
If I
beautiful
had all the
mind.
money in the world, I would stay.
If you have 75 people in a room, 99.9% chance of two people matching.
Of 75%?
Yeah. 75 people. There's a 99.9% chance.
How's that possible?
Math says
It's
it.
not.
The math says it.
What about the other 290 days in the year?
You just need 2 people to have the exact same birthday. You just need 2 of them.
Ah.
You're not saying everyone. You're just saying in this room of 75 people, 2 of them are going to have the exact same
two other
birthday.
people, not just one other
No,
person
2
who met you.
people. Two-
So
two
two other
total.
people. What plus
No,
you is 3
2
two
people
total.
in total.
2 total.
with yourself.
So if you're in there,
Yeah.
somebody's going to have your... No, it's not necessarily your birthday. It's just if you had a group of 23 people, chances are 2 of those 23 will
okay.
have the exact same birthday.
Okay.
If
I
you then
call-
if
I
you
call
go to a
BS
room
still.
of
I'm not-
75 people, 99.9% chance 2 people of that 75 share the exact same birthday. Don't know who they are.
No.
There's a
Huh,
chance.
must be
Not
a
saying
math
if
thing.
we all go in,
I
so I'm going to find someone
politely
for my
object. I
birthday.
object.
Well, go.
Tweet.
I get to this
Blue
text
card?
here.
Blue card.
One of the most well-known expressions in the world. Dusty hasn't heard of it. As soon as he does, starts arguing with the premise. Classic. Well, I
It
just,
is a classic. Yeah.
I just think you would at least have a ballpark of time of how long that cat would live, which then completely takes away from it.
But that's the theory. It's that like you have to separate that part, I guess, in a way, if you will.
But then how is it a good theory if you have to? There's exceptions to it.
Let me. Now I have
Punch
to
a lot
read,
of
now,
holes in this
Now
puppy.
you're forcing me to read the full theory in a sense.
It's because it doesn't
What do
make
you think
any
about
sense.
Pavlov's dog, though? That's
Well, the
fine.
dog
you,
thing,
you,
classical
you understand
training. I
that
get
one,
it.
yeah.
Understandable.
Okay, so how it says it's stated: if you seal a cat in a box with something that can eventually kill it,
Eventually,
eventually
Being the
kill
key
it.
This
word
is
here.
important.
Yes, you won't know if the cat is alive or dead until you open the box.
okay. So you put the cat in the box
With something
and
that's going to kill it.
You put poison in
Yeah.
there.
You put a scorpion in there or something.
Well, let's start with poison.
Okay.
Then you put the poison in. You close the box. You're like, I don't know if this cat's dead or alive. The cat's probably still alive. You open it up, it's right there because the poison hasn't a chance to sit in yet. Now, if you put a scorpion in there, I'd probably give it a couple of hours.
This is a technicality, though.
But the thing is,
well, that's the thing. You
You're
shouldn't
saying
have
you're
a
putting something
technicality
in there
or
that's a
something like
but you
danger,
think that poisons, but there might be the one chance where that poison got to the cat quicker and the cat died. But you don't
Different
know.
odds based
you
on the
cannot
danger,
know
right?
poison that kills
definitively.
instantly, Matty.
You will not know definitively until you open up that box. And if you open up and he's alive, well, then it's alive.
Here we
now.
go. Here we go.
It's principles of
Nasty
relativity.
chats are sharing their birthdays right now. So let's see how many people we have here. Duck Dad, March 14th, September 25th, March 18th, April 4th, July 27th, August 25th, March 24th, July
far, no
2nd,
one.
November 2nd, August 2nd, June 25th.
There's no duplicates.
No duplicates.
Well, how many people?
But we
are
need
there?
it like
200?
this
We need
is so
23 people.
unscientific.
No,
What do
this
you
is
mean?
exactly scientific.
This is a live
I
example.
This
don't
is a
know if
perfect
You got the
example.
Bunsen burners going here. This is we're in the lab.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
If
8,
you
9,
go down
Yeah,
the
but
hallway
here's
and
the
knock on
thing.
every door and ask
Yeah, but
people
here's the
their
problem with
13,
this: is somebody
14,
might now
15,
have the
16.
same birthday and not put it in the chat.
But that's
First 23
Now you're
people are
talking
the people
poison
in
and a
our
scorpion.
room, Matty.
No, you have to.
this is the poison and the
This
scorpion
isn't
thing.
like when it comes to these studies and things. You have to have some sort of control over the environment of it. But here, somebody might sit there and go, I have that one, but I'm going to be side with Dusty. I'm not going to put this in there.
Wait a second. Jimmy Onishi,
Uh-oh.
Nicole S., both November 30th.
Congratulations,
Nicole,
Matt.
are you just doing that?
Then that's the
See,
thing.
and that's but
There's
now the
the
flip
cat.
side of my argument.
Aha.
The flip side of my argument, somebody might just throw that in there, but we don't know.
Pavlov's dog.
This is Schrodinger's cat.
I like Surveyor Brett says.
Roffelmeister's hamster, if you will.
Surveyor Brett says this seems like a data mining operation.
Oh,
We do have
Yeah.
all
Do
of your
not
birthdays
put
now.
your yours on
don't
there. Do not put yours.
Don't give away our
but
trade
so
secrets.
if this is correct, the 75%, 99.9% nailed it.
Yes,
It was
no.
a 50-50 the
Your
other way.
theory works. It's
You guys just proved the theory.
but we didn't.
No, I
You
disagree.
don't know. You
I
don't
disagree.
know for a fact,
I
Matty.
disagree with how it
You
was all
don't,
done.
But you can't prove it.
I know, but in the end,
Well.
you guys went with this, and it.
We proved the exercise, but
Can we talk about my Oilers poll question from today? Sorry, I mean,
Yeah, let's.
Well,
Well, I
Pal-
think we've gone along
is there,
with theory.
first of all, are
I'm
there,
gonna give
are
that
there
puppy a
anybody,
retweet here.
anybody else who has a theory that you want to run by us?
That's
Because I doubt a lot of these.
including animals.
I feel like
This one just got
With an
if-
Eastern European name.
If we had went 100 people and no one had picked the same, you would have been like, hey, this doesn't count.
Hey, just
or
because
this
of-
counts or whatever.
Just because what does you say? It's 50%.
No,
That means 1 out of every 2 times it doesn't work, Matty.
right, but the 75 people was 99.9% and nailed it in your environment.
All right. Up next, I heard once that no 2 people have the same credit card number. Let's test that theory in the nasty chat right now.
And I hear on the back of the card that 3-digit
Yeah.
number. Nobody has
None
the
of
same.
those are ever
number.
the same.
Write it
None
in.
of those are
Send
ever
it
the
in.
same.
Yeah, and we'll.
I heard
we'll
there's
discuss.
everyone has these different or like sin numbers, I believe they're
Yeah.
called.
Do you guys have your SIN number memorized?
No.
I do. It's something I'm very proud of. I've remembered it since I was like 12 years old.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
Does it end in 9-7?
Ooh, that's a good
No.
question.
Let's just keep guessing.
You data mining live here on the go.
Okay, so I put this poll question up today.
Yes.
I love it.
Over 1,200 votes. Would the Oilers beat the Golden Knights in a best of 7 without a trade prior to the deadline? And this is why it was a good question, because right now,
The Oilers defeat the Golden Knights in a best of 7 if there's no trade
no
for
trade,
either club.
same lineup.
Can I give you an answer?
Well, I'm going to give the results first.
Okay.
52.5% say yes.
We have lots of questions.
47.5% say no. So it's close to a 50-50 split.
You know what I voted?
No.
I voted yes.
I know what you voted.
I didn't vote.
No, but I know what you would have
We
voted.
heard your reaction the other
You
night.
voted. You vote no.
He was very strong, very verbal.
At the game. Do you remember the game?
Right?
I said that. Well,
You said
You
like,
said after the game. You
adamantly-
said it. This is what
adamantly.
led to the poll, pretty much.
Are you going back on this now?
no. The parts. So to your poll question, if I'm going to answer this right now,
Right now, okay.
That's what we're
Opinions
doing.
have changed, though.
No.
From,
Oh,
the lineups.
ah.
The lineups. So there's no changes trade wise. What about health?
okay, but now this is Schrodinger's cat all
Healthy.
over again. Is it poison or a scorpion?
It's not-
no, but no, I'm
Stop
saying.
with the cat.
No, but
I gotta know. Like,
health could happen. Yeah, I get that.
I'm not saying hurt. I'm saying get healthy. The Golden Knights didn't
the
have
Golden
some
Knights,
players
okay, yeah,
that
yeah.
were
But
healthy.
the Oilers could also get hurt.
I'm not talking about the hurt part.
Okay,
I'm going to say it's,
What ifs and
I
ifs
just
and
don't know. Are we
buts?
talking about the exact same lineup as Tuesday night? Or are
No,
we talking
I'm
about a
saying
lineup?
health-
The
I'm
Oilers,
saying healthy.
as
Both
best,
teams are healthy, but no
Golden Knights,
trades.
they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the health. There's no other movements.
Both teams
Best
healthy.
on best, yeah.
I would favor the Golden Knights.
Just say it.
I would favor the Golden Knights.
You say the Oilers can't beat the Golden Knights.
I wouldn't
without
say
a
they
trade.
can't.
A 7-game series.
I'm not going to say can't.
7-game series.
It's just like I said that there's a small chance, very small, that there might be no Gretzky in that whole thing. There's always a small chance. You got to see it fully play out. I do like the Golden Knights know how to win the playoffs.
I think you also have to ask who has home ice advantage.
There's
In a
I
game,
don't- I don't-
in a 7-game series with margins
I don't.
very
I don't.
thin.
I think you would like. You would rather. I know we always talk about home ice, blah blah blah.
I don't
But
think it's
line
as big in
changes-
hockey.
But in a margin
But in
such as
Game
slim,
7 at Rogers
Come on,
Place,
you
as opposed to
want
Game
that.
7 at T-Mobile over here,
with them as
for
tight
the
as they
Oilers,
are, yeah.
way bigger advantage to be at home. Way bigger, I think.
It could also set nerves off and cause problems for you.
Poison or a
It's the energy of
scorpion?
the
What's in
crowd.
the box?
No, I just the Oilers are a really good hockey team, but they can be beaten. And I will have this about Stuart Skinner as well as he's bet smart.
Half empty.
I'm drinking it.
Half empty cup.
Empty.
Well,
No, I'm just
what's
saying,
yours?
Your opinion.
We have empty.
Half full.
Mine's
No,
almost half full.
No, but
I apologize because on the show he's always a half full guy.
Skinner-
And
I can't be 100% confident with his goaltending
What?
unless it's in the playoffs.
Still,
I hear you.
It's not the playoffs. He looked great last year through the last 6 weeks.
You've
he looked
seen Aiden Hill,
no,
unbelievable.
but the
You've
team was
seen
also
Aiden Hill do
scoring
the
way
job.
more goals last year.
They
down the
also
stretch.
weren't giving up a lot of goals last year. The defense was playing unbelievable. What happened to the playoffs? The playoffs are a different beast. You got teams that now match up against the same team over 7 games. They're only watching film now of one team. They're not watching film of 4 teams as they prepare for a 4-game stand or whatever it is. The Golden Knights are the Stanley Cup champs. There needs to be respect given to them still. And
Aiden Hill's been there, done that.
I'm not going to sit here and say that that would be a 4 or 5 game win for the Golden Knights. But if I had a go right now, if we're saying fully healthy, because the Golden Knights were out without some players, I would take the Golden Knights in a 7-game series. I would lean that way.
That's what Mr. Lean would do. I would take the Edmonton Oilers.
But does that hinge on, as we said, the home ice thing?
last year's?
Would it
no,
hinge on that at all? Or are you just kind of confidently saying, regardless, shove your home
Do
ice?
I think? Do I? I mean,
It's a funny question, but I don't know.
I don't think so. They should have won this series last year. They had the lead in
But why
every
didn't they?
single game. This is why. They had a lead. They didn't know how to hold the lead. They weren't a mature team yet. Now, you're telling me they're going to blow 4 leads? And I know they just blew a lead against Vegas last. But you're telling me they're going to
yeah.
blow 4 leads in a series against Vegas this year with this team? I can't see it. They're
You
playing
can't see
way
the
too-
Golden Knights, though, getting maybe leads instead of, and the Oilers not having to blow 4 leads?
Oh, I could see that, but I also have faith in the Oilers scoring and coming back in these hockey games. Like I know they were good down the stretch last year, but this year's Oilers team is playing hockey in a much more efficient way than last year's team down the stretch. It's like last year when they went on that little run and Jack Campbell was winning games, but he was still allowing like 3 or 4 goals per game. That's just not in anymore. Like Stuart Skinner has to make 3 or 4 really good saves a game.
But we haven't seen that in the playoffs yet from him. There's an unknown to me.
Schrodinger's cat again. But
It
you don't
still
know.
comes out.
But you don't know.
And
you
then
can't.
that's where-
You can't confidently say that on the negative side either because the
and I
positive
won't.
is just it's a
So, but
50-50.
I know Aiden Hill could go win in the playoffs.
You know that. That's
I know
a
the
for sure,
Vegas
yeah.
Golden Knights could go win the
Yes,
playoffs.
yes.
And I see 2 teams that match up really well against each other.
Yes.
And I'll defer to the team that has the ring right
You
now
have to.
and the
You have to.
goaltending that I feel I've seen
That
do
you've
it in the
seen do it,
playoffs,
yeah, yeah.
as opposed to the one that
I hear you.
having another great regular season.
Yeah.
Like take out the first part of the season. He's been unreal. He's in contention now for Canada goaltender
Yep.
at the 4 Nations, whatever it is, for showcase, all of that next year.
Brought to you by Lowe's.
Brought to you by Lowe's and presented by Red Hat. But Aiden Hill's done it. So I can't right now confidently say
You are
it.
deferring to the-
I'm
yeah.
not going to pick something that I haven't fully seen in the playoffs yet. The Oilers are playing regular season. But we've seen it with
I
this
still
team.
think the Oilers can get to
Oilers
Hill.
went and they destroyed the Winnipeg Jets throughout that Canadian season where it was all
Yeah,
Canadian division.
yeah.
Destroyed them.
Yeah.
Beat up on Connor Hellebuck. What happened in the playoffs?
But I quit.
They lost. Like
Yeah.
the playoffs are still always a different animal. They are a different season entirely. Whatever happens in the regular season can be thrown out. All of a sudden, Bruce Cassidy might come up with this crazy game plan,
Yeah.
and can Chris Knobloch counter that? You know, now that's an actual full-on coaching
Well, it's a
matchup
different
and
coach
stuff
now, too.
because
Yeah.
you're not dealing with, planning your whole season. Now you're dealing with just planning this one team.
But Mateo,
So
I'll ask you this: did this win streak at all inflate your expectations of what the Oilers can do or potentially might do?
no.
That
Because
has
I
no,
felt
that
this-
has no effect. It's just you
I'll
saw it
say
in the
this.
playoffs, you saw Golden Knights win the cup, and that's it.
What
It's
I would have
playoffs.
felt this season is, can the Oilers get past Vegas and Colorado? That's the unknown.
It's
to
still
me.
yet to be determined.
But the Oilers could beat anyone else.
But they could go on a streak of 40 games,
they get
40
past
straight
Vegas-
wins, and it doesn't mean a
could the
lick of
Oilers go win
difference
the
to you.
Stanley Cup this year? I always had every confidence that they could go do
Right,
that.
but
You go
regardless
beat
of what
the
happens
Vegas,
in the
you
regular
go beat
season,
the Vegas Golden Knights in the first round, they're winning the Stanley Cup.
but regardless of what, if they hammer them the other night 7-0, that would have no. Would that at all change your opinion this morning?
No, I need to see it in the playoffs. Like I need to
understand. I
fully
get
see.
it. I just
And to
want to-
Glenn saying the playoffs were different because players are coming back from the COVID break. Not that Canadian one. That Canadian. You're thinking about the Chicago series. I didn't bring up the Chicago series. The Winnipeg series. They beat Winnipeg throughout that season, and then went into the playoffs and lost. So like I need to see it in the playoffs to then be able to say yes, they could go beat the team that's done it in
But
the
nothing in the
playoffs.
regular season will jar your neck or
Like,
turn your head.
I would put this at 52% Vegas, 48% Edmonton winning the series. Like it would be thin
And
margin.
the vote was 52-48 Edmonton.
Which makes sense because it's an Edmonton-based
Yeah,
voting.
for sure, for
Oiler
sure.
fans are going to vote that way. You're going to vote that way. Like, there's no one that could sit there and watch the way the Oilers have played since the
That
coaching
voting is
change.
from the heart, not the head.
Watching, some of
You're
it.
the head.
Oh, I
this
think
is
a
the
lot
heart.
of that votes from the head. Like
Bull BS.
think,
That's hard vote. The 52-48. You're doing head. The Twitter poll's heart.
what am I doing?
Well, you just
Gut
issued the poll.
instinct. I'm doing gut
Heart
instinct.
head. He's got the guts. The
See,
intestinal.
I not look at the pattern and
Connor
I stick
McDavid's
with the
not
pattern.
losing to Vegas
You
again.
look at the pattern
No
and
chance.
go, the pattern has to end. I'm going the
There we go
opposite
now.
way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's happening.
yeah, yeah.
This is roulette all over again.
Poison in the box, if you will.
Connor McDavid is not losing to the Golden Knights in the playoffs again.
Again.
I said this
Exactly,
morning on our
again,
show
yeah, yeah.
from Vegas. What did I say? The Golden Knights are not going back to win the Stanley Cup. And if they're playing the Edmonton Oilers in the first round, Connor McDavid is not going to go out a first round loser. He's just not.
Vegas ain't winning the cup again.
They're not winning the cup
No,
again.
that
And if they play the
that's
Oilers in the
easy
first
money.
round, they're not
easy.
beating them.
No.
We'll see. I'm not
I
going to disagree.
thought
though.
Hill got lucky a bit last game.
But you need a little luck.
You can't say
as
that
you
about
as you saw
Hill.
on the floor last night. You need a little luck, right?
No, that was my
He's
strategy.
proven himself. He can't say he's lucky.
All analytics. He had no luck last night.
I mean,
he betted the
Let's
flip.
dive. I want to dive into Aiden Hill here for a second.
Sure.
He won a ring. The Golden Knights do not win the Stanley
They don't
Cup
care,
if Laurent
Darcy
Brossoit doesn't
Kemper
get hurt.
They
won
don't care how you got
Yeah,
there. Yeah, but
Laurent
whatever.
Brossoit was not going to win a ring.
This is the new age of NHL
Aiden
goaltending.
Hill won them a ring, or helped
Get used to
win
it.
them a ring.
Aiden Hill has played 119 games
Don't care how
in the
many
National
playoffs.
Hockey League, and we're just saying that he's the guy.
Well, he's
Like,
better
he's
playoff
one of
wise
the-
over the Stanley
We're talking
Stanley
playoffs.
Cup.
We're talking
I don't care
playoffs.
about the regular
He
season.
doesn't give
again.
a damn about the regular season. You can shove the regular season.
Aiden Hill went in the playoffs and he led his team to a Stanley Cup victory, playing really
Yeah.
well. Stuart Skinner has not done that yet. He has not shown that yet. So I can't sit here and say definitively that, he's going to outplay
But
Aiden Hill.
Stuart Skinner
But I'm
has
saying
been
Aiden
having
Hill
a
has
regular.
had like 55 good NHL Hockey League games. That's it.
Where Stuart Skinner has been having a hell of a season.
Yes.
I just think
So,
we're
but does
all
that-
of a
does
sudden
that-
like
that
being
It
like,
doesn't
tilt
change
your neck
because
at
it's not the
all.
playoffs.
I get that,
It's a
but-
different animal. It's a different beast. It's all.
But it's got to get your attention a bit. This is an exhibition play for 82 games.
Hey, Boston Bruins had an unbelievable season
I
last
know
year.
that, but
How well did that go for them?
that's team-wise.
Tampa
I'm
Bay
talking
Lightning had an unbelievable season a few
individual
years ago.
performance.
But that's the whole thing in
Edmonton
all
Boston
of this.
final.
Like
Remember
Tampa,
that?
Lay it
Mark
down.
it down.
Tampa had the great season a couple years ago.
Yes.
Lost the first.
but team-wise, I'm talking
Regular
like individual.
season doesn't translate always, or well, I'll just say this: it doesn't equally translate right into the playoffs.
No.
It's not one for one.
No,
What
I
you
know,
see in the
I
race
know, I
is
know, I know.
exactly what you see in the playoffs. So that's where it's like, okay, I got to defer to, based on most recent history in the playoffs, Aiden Hill is a slightly better goalie than Stuart Skinner. Actually, I can't say slightly in the playoffs.
He was better, way better than Skinner last year in the
Okay,
in the
so
playoffs,
that's the
yeah.
first advantage that the
But
Golden
right
Knights have.
now, how's it
they have a
trending?
better defensive group.
Okay, yeah, we're talking team though. I'm just talking.
Oilers have the better forwards.
I think all of a sudden we're just like, look at Aiden Hill. He's amazing. And I mean, this is his third stop.
Well, what's his numbers?
He's got nice numbers this year.
Okay, what are they?
give him the
Like
playoff
920
numbers.
something.
Doesn't care about the
Okay,
regular
that's
season
that's
numbers.
unbelievable.
That's regular season.
Yeah, but it's
that's regular season. Doesn't
but he
matter.
has this is not Lundqvist. Like he hasn't done this for 10 years.
Consistency.
How many
speaks
races?
volumes.
It's not about doing it for a long period of time. It's about just at that moment. Jordan Binnington had a great stretch.
Aiden Hill's so good. He
Look
wasn't
at those
even their
Penguins.
starting
Yeah,
goalie
yeah,
in the
yeah.
playoffs.
But then he
last
ended-
year.
Penguins
Matt
goaltenders.
Murray
Yeah.
was the top goalie in hockey, basically,
Sure.
or one of the best goalies. He had a hot run,
And that's what
won them cups.
Aiden Hill. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
that's
is
who
the-
Aiden Hill is.
But are we in that?
Aiden Hill is
but are
on
we
a
still
heater
in
right
the
now.
Stanley
That's it.
Cup window for him of the 2 years until he falls off? I
Yeah,
can't
but
say
we're
he's
acting
not.
like Aiden Hill's gonna steal the series here.
No, it's more like I could see that maybe Stuart Skinner has a couple rough games again, potentially still.
But you could
Because
also
I don't
base-
know.
But not
Based
behind
on
this team's
Skinner's-
different.
Skinner's
This
body
is a
work, he
different
could
team.
steal you a couple games.
Schrodinger's
right
cat.
now.
Are they?
Somebody said Schrodinger's cat was a whole thing
I must
too.
need to label.
this?
I'm labeling
See-
this
see
episode
this?
at some point. Schrodinger's
Well,
cat.
yeah.
Well, somebody
no,
said
no.
this episode might be in the mix for an Esty. This guy texts in.
Where's
I don't
Connor
want to
F?
get. I don't want
another
to get off
double.
this too much because I want to continue to argue about Aiden Hill here.
Yeah,
No,
let's
I'm
do
trying to
it.
find his numbers.
Pretty sure Schrodinger made up the box thing as a joke to show how he thought quantum whatever was silly. Maybe Iwanyk can fact check
That's the
this on me.
example. The whole thing is fake, and we're debating it, and it doesn't even exist. That's the point of the Schrodinger's
You
cat.
just have to look at the theory of it.
That's
Like,
because
think about
people
that.
who invented things a long time ago, nobody fact checked them on it. You couldn't just hop on the internet. They'd be like, "Well, this guy studied."
Aiden Hill has a 938 save percentage this year.
938?
Yeah, but regular season means nothing, Matty.
My
It's
God.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, no, but
like,
what are you
just
talking
said
about
it.
here?
He just said it.
Stuart
But
Skinner
he-
just
no,
beat.
I know.
like,
I'm not
Grant
talking about
Fuhr,
playoffs
the
right
whole-
now. He's trying. Why are we declaring Aiden Hill this great goalie? Well, he's got a 938
Blue
right
flag.
now.
10 minutes in the bathroom.
Like, of course we're gonna. He's playing unreal hockey right
So
like,
is Stuart
overall.
Skinner.
But then, okay, let's go playoffs.
He's also only played 18
But you
games.
can't
Matt.
do
I don't
that.
care.
Now he
He
goes,
hasn't
let's,
even
now
played
he goes,
half
let's
the
go
season.
playoffs.
Well, let's
now
look.
he goes,
You
let's
want-
go
well,
playoffs.
But I'm just.
We're not
he
going,
didn't-
let's go
he didn't
playoffs.
wanna
We're-
go- He didn't throw out the numbers. There's a reason to throw those numbers out. Last year in the Stanley Cup playoffs, a 932 save percentage in 14 games that he started. 932.
So he's been hot for about 40 games.
Okay, I'm not.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. Is that, that's
Red
what it
is riding hot. I'm betting on red. You're going that black is going to show up.
Exactly.
It's going to
And
show up
I'm sitting-
eventually.
I'm
It's
sitting
going to
here
show up
with
eventually.
$40 in my pocket right now.
And
Because
if you
of
went,
that.
if you went the other way, you would have had 300 in your pocket.
Well, that was just unlucky.
That's my point.
Now the luck
so
factor
that's
chimes
just-
in again.
and
Hello.
again, I'll come back to though. I don't think like this is a 7-game series. I mean, the only reason it's a 6-game series because sometimes
yeah.
it's just that
Yep.
one unlucky bounce,
Yep.
or whatever. But
You're
like,
telling me they
it's
beat Aiden
screaming
Hill
7
3 times with our can't beat him a 4th time?
I didn't say they can't. I'm saying the question was, what do I think? Like
You said you're lean in Vegas.
I guess at 52 to 48% type thing. Of course, the Oilers could go beat the Golden Knights in 4 games and win that series. As if they get past the Golden Knights, they're winning the Stanley Cup. These are the two beasts in largely. If the Oilers beat the Golden Knights, if they play Colorado, the only other team I'd be scared of, they're going to beat Winnipeg or Colorado, and they'll go win the Stanley Cup then. But this is a tight series. And in a tight
are we-
series, if I'm going to have to make a prediction, if you say, here's $5, Matt, go down to the MGM Sportsbook,
But-
put it on one team to win the series,
But,
I'm going
Mateo,
to have to go with Vegas because of the
Don't you like
experience
the
I've
better
seen.
value on the Oilers with how close it is? You get that at a plus number.
If Aiden
Why
Hill
would
goes,
it be better value then? What does Vegas know? Why aren't the Oilers the favorite then?
what if
Well, they would come in.
Why wouldn't they
probably
be
not
the
with home
favorites?
ice.
Huh? Why are the Oilers not the favorites in this? Why is Las Vegas not seeing the books
honest
not
with
seeing
you,
them? See?
If the Oilers continue to trend the way they are, they will be the favorite in this series.
Can I ask you a question?
Then I get the value with the Golden Knights even more. Wonderful.
May I?
No.
A hypothetical. Okay.
I don't know whose side you're on this.
There's no side.
I have one more question about Aiden Hill.
Healthy
but go
debate.
ahead.
A hypothetical for you, Matt.
I'm just saying the same thing over and over.
Seasons, the regular season, as you have kind of coined it, exhibition season.
I don't call it
82
exhibition.
games. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't translate into
It
the
does
playoffs
translate.
completely.
No, but
No,
hey,
not completely.
but
but-
no,
That's my point, and I need to see it in the playoffs. I'm going to stop talking for 10 minutes.
Please don't. You're on a roll. I love you. You're killing it. But a hypothetical. And I hear where you're coming from.
I'm going to go
Because
listen to some music.
two things can be right at the same time. I get the playoff thing, and people look to that. But a hypothetical. Regular season ends. Say Oilers, Golden Knights, first round. Like
Yeah,
that's sewn up. I don't care, home ice event, whatever. But say Aiden Hill's going into the playoffs, losing 6 straight. The Golden Knights have limped into the playoffs. A hypothetical.
Okay, so now you're adding
And
hypotheticals to this.
Stuart Skinner's going to the playoffs.
This entire conversation is hypothetical.
No, but
Right, but
no,
but the hypothetical was they're healthy. They're healthy.
You
They're
said
going
you'd stop
now.
talking. Let me finish. Stuart
Also,
Skinner,
just before
Stuart.
Smitty the Wells and Matty's drunk. Did the Oilers outplay the Knights
not
on
drunk.
Tuesday?
I've
The
had-
Oilers lost in the end.
I've had
and
like
also
half a drink.
the
8
Golden
ounces.
Knights were out some players.
Can I
I'm
finish?
just- that's why I want to know if they're healthy.
We're heading into the playoffs. Given what you know from Stanley Cup experience with Aiden Hill and Stuart
Yes.
Skinner, say we're heading into the playoffs right now, today, end of the regular season. Aiden Hill has gone on a gooner. Like he's lost 5 straight. Stuart Skinner, meanwhile, has passed his own. Like he's won whatever universe we're in. He's coming in hot. Does that even mean anything to you? You're heading into the playoffs with that momentum. Are you still drawing back to last year's playoff and saying Aiden Hill right now? I'm
It
curious
probably
as
dropped
to,
things to 50-50. I probably wouldn't know who to pick at that point.
That's only
Okay.
worth 2%.
and that's where we want to get you
Right,
to.
well,
We're,
that's
we're
the
trying
thing.
to get you down.
There's
a
no
bit.
point in why are you trying to get me down? To where why are you you're trying to convince me to pick the Oilers here?
Yes.
As the favorite?
I think so.
Why?
I don't know. It's the exercise we've been jostled into this morning. But I'm just.
You want to be the champs, go beat the champs.
guess
and until you're the champs,
I know.
I'm going to pick the champs. It's the same reason I was going to take Patrick
know,
Mahomes
but
again this weekend. Because Patrick Mahomes, it's just you can't bet against this guy.
But it was
I'm not
last
gonna
year,
bet
and things
against.
change in a year. And I'm saying is how.
Sure.
I
and who
understand.
won on Tuesday?
Yes, but it wasn't.
Who had
like,
more high danger scoring chances significantly?
And who was without bodies?
I'm just saying, how far back do you draw that stuff? If you win a
Recent
champion-
years. I'm not going to look back 5 years ago.
But say the Olympics. The Olympics happen every 4 years. You're saying whoever.
Boys,
the Olympics doesn't matter.
you can't look past pre-Knobloch. You just
Now
can't. It's going to be coached differently
But
this
okay,
year
but
than
I
it was
don't know
last
what
year.
I don't know Chris Knobloch in the playoffs and how he
Chalk
coaches.
up a
But
win.
Olympics.
I don't know how Chris Knobloch handles the pressure of the playoffs.
Olympic hockey tournament. Are you going for a guy 4 years ago? He's been there, done that. I'm riding with him again. Time
No,
has
you usually
passed.
pick that season.
But I'm saying
But you're building an all-star team. That's not
a
comparable.
season has happened. I'm just saying you're going off
And now
pedigree.
he's got a 938 save percentage
you're going
than
off
the regular season.
You're going off pedigree alone.
So you should actually expect Vegas to beat them even worse because his regular season's so much better.
Sure.
Oh, it's going to have a little dip in the playoffs because he went to 932 last year.
Oh, my goodness.
Or wait, or do I have that reversed?
Okay, listen. I'm going to throw this out here with Aiden Hill.
52 Vegas, 48 Oilers winning that series. That's where I would put it. I'm not saying the Oilers are going to get smoked.
It's not a Puritan test here I'm trying to get. I'm just seeing how far you draw back the pedigree. It happened last year in the playoffs.
But the conversation
Times change.
But this is hypothetical right now. So right now I got to go with it, and I don't have 100% trust in
would you
Stuart
be
Skinner
going
in the
with a hot
playoffs.
hand going in, or would you be
Would
drawing
you-
on that
let me hear-
experience?
oh,
I guess
I
is the
got a good one,
question.
I got a good one.
But now,
Would
but
you
now
have-
you're just like because I could ask these questions
trying
to
to
you.
box him.
Okay, so if the Oilers
Yeah, yeah.
are going in losing 6 straight,
Yes.
Stuart Skinner has been
Yes.
pulled in 3 games,
yep.
but Aiden Hill has 5 shutouts.
Yes.
Going into the playoffs, are the Golden Knights winning that series
5
in
shutouts?
4?
But my question to
Are
you
they
is,
winning it in 4?
well, am I looking back at last year's playoffs?
No, I'm asking you based on that hot streak right there.
I know,
Are
but
the
are we-
Golden Knights winning it in 4 now?
Am I
based on
looking
what
off
you're
that
saying?
hot streak, or am I going last
I'm
year's
asking
playoffs?
you. I just
I know
broke
you're
down
asking
the
me.
end of the season.
But I'm saying, am I drawing back to last year's
You're,
playoffs?
you pick whatever you want from your brain. What do you choose?
Well, I'm going to last year's playoffs because that's what you do.
Well, then that's for you. Sure, go for it.
Sure.
Aiden Hill. Would you have had faith in him going into last year's playoffs?
No,
Coming
Why-
in as
because
he
I
came
didn't
in?
then
see
why
it.
can't you have faith in Stuart Skinner now?
Because I saw him. I had faith last year going into the playoffs. That this team was playing well, and that's what we were going to see.
Hill was
and
like
then
their fifth
Stuart
string
Skinner.
goaltender going into last year. He's
And
out
then
on a heater.
That was
and then
that
what did
wasn't supposed
Stuart
to happen.
Skinner in the playoffs? Let me pull it up.
It was bad.
Right.
So and that changes then because now Schrodinger's cat. Now I know the box has been opened.
Yeah, but Knobloch's in the
883
box
save
now.
percentage. 883 save percentage in the playoffs last year.
He was bad.
Yes.
The team in front of him didn't
So
play well
can
as
you
they do
be-
now.
Things have changed.
This is what we're. This
Things
is why
have changed.
The
That's
last,
the point,
last
Matty.
30 minutes
And
has been a
things
waste
have
of time.
changed.
But
because
I
this
thought-
is the Knobloch era.
Okay, sure, but last year they bring him Matthias Ekholm, and the team changed. In that final stretch of the regular season, they changed. They were a much better defensive hockey team.
That
They
was a
were
step in
really
the right
good
direction.
hockey team. And then they didn't do that in the playoffs against the Golden Knights. But that was the hockey we saw there. I don't care that Chris Knobloch is doing this right now.
You have
in
to
a
care
sense.
You
about
have
that.
to, because it's not the
That's
same.
that's
but
reality
the
now.
Oilers we
But
saw then are
the
not
end,
the same Oilers.
To all of this, to you guys, the same point. There's still a third of the season to be played. So so in the end, we're doing just a hypothetical on all
It's
this.
all hypotheticals.
And so the hypothetical is a healthy Vegas team and a healthy Oiler team. What am I going to go with? They're very evenly matched. They are very close in my mind. So what's going to be the difference maker in me picking this? I'm going to
Going
take
back
the
to last
guy
year.
who has a 938 then this year to not look at last year. If you don't want me to
He's
look
played
at
18
last
games
year,
this year. Low Tide would even tell you that's going to regress.
Stuart Skinner's save percentage
mean.
this year is 910.
Yeah, but what's it lately?
Better defense.
doesn't
probably
matter.
Almost the same.
better-
It does. The only thing that
You're
matters
now just
Times have changed,
trying
Matt.
to find numbers to match your thing. So now you want to go to this season alone. And this now it's like, okay, well, we can't do the whole season. We can only use this specific games. So why don't we just say Stuart Skinner in his two best hockey games?
Let me ask you
Like,
a question.
you can't
Let
just
me
keep
ask you a
shrinking
question
the
here, man.
numbers to serve your narrative.
Wait,
He's shrinking the box on
There's
you.
no narrative here. This is what I'm asking you. When the Edmonton Oilers face off against the Golden Knights in the first round of the playoffs, is Jay Woodcroft going to be coaching their team?
Boom.
No.
No.
Nothing that happened with this team with Jay Woodcroft matters anymore at all in any way. Not the playoffs last year, not the beginning of this season. This
post
team
Knobloch.
going into these playoffs will be coached by
Okay.
Knobloch.
So-
and we cannot be back past that.
Okay,
we just
but
can't.
then who are the Vegas Golden Knights? We could look at that team coached by Bruce Cassidy,
Yes.
who have won a Stanley Cup.
So they're the same Golden Knights who were trailing in a bunch of games against Edmonton and came back because that team didn't know how to
And
hold
now
a
they're
lead.
getting healthy
but
according to this
Knobloch
hypothetical.
does know how to hold a lead.
This hypothetical is they would be healthier. They would get their full health. They have not been healthy. Last night or on Tuesday, they weren't healthy. This hypothetical comes back to them being healthy. If you're telling me that it's not the full health there, things change a little bit. But the hypothetical at the start of this is why I asked. The Vegas Golden Knights get healthy and the Oilers are healthy. The answer was yes.
Yeah.
So now you're saying, well, we can't judge any other coach.
But
It's
you're
only the
basing
Chris
everything on
Knobloch
last
coach.
year's playoffs.
I'm basing
This
off it-
doesn't exist anymore.
It's changed.
I'm basing off Bruce Cassidy's time as the head coach of the Golden Knights, which is a Stanley Cup winning
He's
pedigree.
never coached in the playoffs
Does
against
that
Chris
does
Knobloch.
that does that
and
grant
Chris
them-
Knobloch's never coached in the NHL playoffs, so we
But
don't
if-
even know what he can
But
do.
if they won the cup last year, they're going to win the cup this year, based on you.
I
they're-
said
they're-
this morning they're not winning it
But
again.
he
There's
thinks
not
they
a-
will because they won it last year.
There's not a guarantee
Nobody
for
else
any
will
of
ever win the
this.
Stanley Cup again because the Vegas Golden Knights won last year,
You guys-
according to Matt's
No.
cat in the box.
I don't know why this is like turned into you two now just thinking that
No.
I'm giving the Oilers zero chance.
It's not about that.
That's what you're saying though. You keep coming back to that. I'm just basically saying the Oilers aren't going to do anything. Here. I have made this very clear that it's basically very close to me. I have to give a difference maker of why I'm going to tip this scale. So I've picked Stanley Cup rings. Why is Corey Perry coming to Edmonton and everyone's praising? Because he knows how to win. The Golden Knights know how to win because the whole team basically has a Stanley Cup ring. So there's my difference maker.
Well said.
Yes, and I agree. But
I think you're putting too much. All I'm saying is
No,
I
we're
think
not.
you're putting too much stock
For
into the
a slight favorite.
No, but I
That's
it's
all
not-
I'm making.
it's not like
this-
you're hammering.
Well, that's what you're making it sound like right now, though, which is actually really frustrating.
No. I don't want to. I'm just wondering how far you pull back because again, if you're going off,
But
and we
you're now keep manipulating the narratives to this, and it's like we could keep changing the narratives for me to want to just pick the Oilers.
But
that's
everything
what you
you're
guys are
saying
trying
is
to
that
get me
Vegas is
to.
gonna win.
No.
But you're, like everything I've said is completely wrong, basically from you.
No.
That's
Not at all.
basically
Not
all
at
you've
all,
gone
Matt.
with.
No.
That's what you keep pointing. How could you trust any playoff success? How could you trust Aiden Hill? You can't look at his regular season numbers. You can't look at his
But
playoffs. You can't look at
that's not
anything.
it
Else.
at all,
Only
Matt.
look at the Oilers and how great they are, and don't look at anything else. Why aren't you picking with us? We're the red ribbon.
us.
Matty, Matty, I'm just saying, for a guy who says this thing's almost 50-50, you haven't made any sort of case on the Oilers side.
That's kind of what we're just.
Because the case is Stuart Skinner, 883 career playoffs,
No, we said
938 for Aiden Hill.
No.
There's the difference.
No, but I'm saying if you think the Oilers have almost a 50% chance of winning it,
Yes.
you haven't said
can-
anything positive about that.
You can flip flop.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's okay. Yeah. You can,
because I've leaned to Vegas. There's a reason I've leaned to Vegas. In the end, as I've said, like I would pick Vegas. So why would I defend a position that I'm not saying I would pick?
somebody come in.
Well, I don't think they can come in because they don't have a key.
I know.
that's all right. We got that late checkout.
Yeah, but are they?
I can't believe we called and got the checkout on the show. Anyway, it would be a great series.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the other question I had. I wanted to ask you guys this because of the way you're talking about Aiden Hill right now. Do you think Aiden Hill is the biggest roadblock between the Oilers and a Stanley Cup, or is there another
Vegas
player?
Golden Knights as a whole are the biggest.
But let's just play a game for a player.
And as I've said, the Oilers defeat the Golden Knights. They're winning the Stanley Cup this year. This is that team
Wow,
that they
you're
need
a
to
huge
knock
homer.
off. This is the team that they need to go knock. They knock them off, they're going to go win. So
I
it's,
agree with that.
it's the team as a whole.
Okay, so but which player in the West
Well, then it's
scares you
then
the
it's
most?
goaltending,
Is it
because
Hellebuck
that's- no,
or is it Hill?
It'd be,
Ottinger?
Ottinger?
it'd be Hill because he plays for the Golden
Georgiev?
Knights, and that's the team that I think that is the toughest threat for the Oilers. And in the playoffs, what is it? Stanley, I'll say the cliche that Brian Burke said. Why is it called?
Demko?
It should be called playoffs, not Stanley Cup, because of how important. So I'm going to stick with Aiden Hill.
You mean
Because
it should be
that's
called
team,
goalie.
Because that's what I meant. Yeah. So that's the team that is gives the biggest threat to the Edmonton Oilers. So it would be Aiden Hill then. Yes.
This is
Well, we'll settle this over a few drinks and a couple of smash burgers at the restaurant downstairs. Eh?
I want to. You talking Shake Shack again?
No, I'm
Oh, you're
talking the
Sidecar Betty. or
Sidecar
whatever.
Betty.
Side
Yeah,
Betty.
Dennis
need-
Schroeder going to the Nets from the Raptors for Spencer
Schroeder?
Dinwiddie.
Schrodinger,
Dinwiddie.
Dennis Schrodinger, on the day that we're talking Schrodinger's cat on an NBA trade deadline, and they're shipping Schroeder on us. Masterful
great.
gambit,
That is great.
NBA. Are you kidding me?
Dennis Schroeder for Spencer Dinwiddie. I haven't watched Dinwiddie much lately.
That's a good player for player. Like that's a good.
I mean,
that's
I love
a
good-
basketball trade. I
As
think is
Bob
what they said.
McKenzie once said, the deal is 1 for 1.
It's a basketball trade.
All right.
780-218-9999.
Coach C is asking the question. This is not me, Matty. Aiden Hill is the Oilers' biggest Stanley Cup threat? Question mark.
Well, yes, as I just explained.
There we go. We
that.
got the yes.
It
That's all I
was
wanted to know.
because I'm.
So when
that's
Connor
the biggest
McDavid
team.
Yes.
lights this guy up, and he's a backup again in 2 years, we're gonna not sit here and remember. Remember that time in Vegas when you were treating him like he was Jacques Plante?
And he'll be telling
I'm
us
treating
how
him
Stuart
like he's
Skinner
Matt Murray.
Is,
What were
Stuart
we all-
Skinner had a good playoff run, and he'll be.
Everyone would have wanted Matt Murray.
Yes.
There's a
So,
reason the
flavor of the week.
Pittsburgh Penguins
Yeah,
got
yeah.
rid of Marc-Andre Fleury to stick with Matt Murray because there's a run. These goalies have these runs right now in hockey. And Aiden Hill might be on that run where for 2-3 years he is one of the top goalies. And then that fall off might come, just like it has with Matt Murray.
But your runs are strictly defined in the postseason and not with the regular season. Just
That's
to get
what
on the record.
they're all playing
I'm
for.
just saying
No,
I
I
don't
get
think a
it, I get
flash
it.
in the pan so far can be the guy who's the biggest threat.
Because you can be in the playoffs. You can be a flash in the pan.
If the Oilers,
you have
if the Oilers
success,
can't find a way to beat Aiden Hill, they don't deserve to win the Stanley Cup. Like,
But his numbers just show that this guy's producing better than Stuart Skinner overall. You just want to even go this season. Overall, Aiden Hill produces better than Stuart Skinner. So the advantage goes in net to the Golden Knights.
how far back are we going on
This season. You have to. I'm sorry.
Run the Knobloch numbers. Skinner since Knobloch. I'm just curious. I'm not trying to slate anybody. I'm just wondering what Skinner's save percentage is since Knobloch took over.
Do we have a date? Oh, No, it wasn't one. When was his first game? They beat Seattle Islanders.
Seattle was it was the Islanders.
Yeah.
You're not
Was
gonna
this
be able to
gonna
get that quickly on your phone like
You'll
that.
get it. He'll get it.
9:25.
How'd you find that so quick?
Hockey reference.
Smart man.
Game log. You click it and it gives you the stats of the games that you select. Like you could,
Oh.
I think you could only do a row.
Wow.
Hockey
How did I
reference
not know
game
about
log,
that?
yeah.
That's good. So he's got a 925 since then. That's a lot bigger than the
So-
overall general 910.
Okay, but overall, so that's
And he's done it in way more
26
games than Aiden Hill.
games, 925, 18 games, 938.
I
Aiden Hill
think
still
those are
statistically
almost-
is better.
those are
With,
Right now,
with
he's
a
still
banged up
not-
lineup.
I
he's
bet you.
st-
Let's keep track of this. Mark this down.
And then
Aiden
we'll
Hill,
just
when he
wait,
gets to 25 games,
does this have goals
his save
allowed?
percentage still 926. That's same as Skinner's.
If what?
When Aiden Hill, how many games has Skinner played?
26 in this run of the Chris Knobloch.
Okay, so he's played 26 games under Knobloch, has a 925. Let's give Aiden Hill, he played at what, 18? He's got 8 more games to get to or 7 more games.
No, where is it?
I could see his save percentage coming down right to where Stuart Skinner's is.
938
and
right
then
now.
the entire thing is blown out the window.
938 right now.
That's what it is. And so
Oh, Thad Young's going too. It wasn't a 1-for-1.
Damn it.
that
Jack.
was all the TSN notification showed there.
They left out Thad Young, eh? The disrespect.
The disrespect
well, I mean, I'm just
for
saying.
Thad
yeah,
Young.
Picks or whatever.
is,
but,
Yeah,
It's
Hill's
real.
going to keep this going.
YouTube Trev is in. You think Hill's going to keep the 930 something
now
going?
he's a partisan.
He's
now
played
he's
18 games. It's
You-
not like he's played 50 games.
What's your
He's
proof?
played 18
What's your
games.
proof?
His stretch of runs here.
Regular season.
Like at the last few.
regular season.
Well,
What does it mean?
okay, you want to go.
They didn't
It
even,
doesn't matter.
So
Matty,
in the
they
new year.
didn't even want to start him in the series last year. That's how good he is.
Okay, in the
He was a backup to LB.
So he must have had an injury. In the 3 games he's played since coming back from injury this year, 952.
He did have an injury.
947, 968 save percentage his last 3 games.
He's on a bit of a heater.
Prior to that, 667, not good. Shutout, 941, 969, 935.
Eliminate those last 3 games. What's the save percentage there?
So pre-injury.
Yeah, pre-injury.
Okay, but that's now the opposite
What's
of
the
Stuart. I have
pre-injury?
to do it though. Like I
What's the
gotta click
pre-injury?
this. Well, just give me a second.
This is
tick,
nothing
tick.
more than one good week for
Tick
Aiden.
tack, tick tack.
That's what this is.
Can't be more than one good week.
Huh? We'll see the numbers.
They don't lie.
By the way, YouTube Trev says Nate Dogg and the Colorado Avalanche, biggest threat to the Oil.
well, that's you do a 7-game series with
Prior
Vegas.
to his injury, but even though Stuart Skinner, you could only look at him after the moments. We can't look at Aiden Hill after. Prior to his injury, 933 save percentage.
So not as good.
So he's gotten better. That's the thing. He's gotten better.
Heating up.
I think we should come back if they meet in the playoffs.
And have a hangout like this. Part 2 from Matty's room.
Steve is in and says, tuning in late here, boys. Any truth to the Tanev rumors? Oh, you must have missed the whole morning show today.
Yeah. Nobody wants it.
Nobody wanted Tanev
Nobody
this
wants
morning.
it.
I don't
There's
get it.
some
I don't
rumors.
understand it.
It's like junk mail you get in your mailbox. I don't want this.
Yeah.
No deals
Man,
here.
I'll say this, guys. The hangout is fun.
Well, especially
I
in
like
Matty's
the
room.
hangout. I never
and thank
get
you,
to do
Matt.
it, like-
Matt, thank you for having us in your room.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I really but it is a nice thing.
Did that
to
hurt
do.
your arm?
No,
I was just wondering.
I'm slowly starting to shake people's hands with it.
Good.
Although
We
I do enjoy the left hand.
We watched your exercise regime yesterday here.
Yeah,
you,
you
you
did.
did your whole
You
physio.
did that.
Yeah.
It was,
I've already done it this
very
morning.
What else you
entertaining.
looked up there? You looked up more stuff, haven't you?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm getting destroyed in the nasty chat because
Why are you getting
What do you
destroyed?
mean?
Because
I saw people
because-
saying you should be prime minister.
because
We should
I'm
be
going
destroyed.
up against the Oilers.
No,
I'm
that's
picking against the
BS.
Oilers, and you two are coming at
No,
me.
We're
so
not coming at you.
We're not.
Yes,
this
you
isn't
are.
a partisan
This
argument.
was just a great debate.
It was
And-
just
but
a debate.
so then naturally with
This
that,
might be the best
people
radio
are
we've done
going
since
to
we left
come
radio.
back at me because I'm picking against the Oilers.
Well, they can go
He
to hell.
wasn't really picking against the Oilers.
I did in the end.
He
He
was
was
just-
did in the end.
He was completely
That's what it is.
overrating
This is
Aiden
what you
Hill.
guys wanted me
Yes,
to get
that's
to.
all
That's
it
what
was.
it was.
And underrating Stuart Skinner.
Before lock shop coming up next. No 2 guys and a goalie. Do just quickly want to throw out there that we're thinking of everyone back in Canada with the cuts that is going on.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a
Well
shitty
said, well said,
industry.
Matty, well
We've
said.
dealt with it. It's no fun. It's a tough day. Everyone that's involved, everyone that's involved that's not even being affected. It sucks being around that when it's your building. We're thinking of all those
Quite
people in
right.
this industry. It is. I think Dave Jameson has it as it's a. What is it?
Dave usually knows.
I forgot the
birds
saying.
in the bush,
No,
I
it's
think
like great job, crappy business.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. So,
Good for you
but
bringing that
just
up. Good on you. Yeah,
wishing all the
it's-
best to everyone back in Canada that is being affected today in one way or another.
I would just quickly say, in a positive light, it could eventually lead to some better things.
Absolutely. Right here.
Barstool.
Proof in the
You can do
pudding.
things on your own.
Proof in the
You
pudding.
You could break away and do certain things.
You could be drinking
your own.
doubles at 5 a.m. as well down in Vegas on your
We don't
work trip.
necessarily suggest that, but
Well,
We
no,
did
but
it.
it could happen, right?
Yeah. Ow.
Much like Stuart Skinner besting Eddie Hill in a best of 7. It could happen, right? You don't know. You can't say for sure.
you love Aiden Hill.
Fanboy.
This is the
There's
EST
nothing
Hangout
wrong.
presented
There's no
by.
argument.
Yes, there was.
We're
This
all
is the
good.
EST
It was a
Hangout
short-based
presented
argument. You
by
played 40
White
good
Claw. The
games.
difference is clear. The three of us are going to be back tomorrow doing this again, but in our studio in Edmonton.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Thanks.
The return show. We better have time for Nate Hill tomorrow.
baby.
Thanks
Vegas played tonight
to the airport, YEG Fly,
Yes.
YEG Edmonton International Airport for this wonderful trip.
Non-stops.
Non-stops. We're going back non-stop from Vegas.
In the Big
I'm
Bird.
going to Atlanta non-stop from the airport in June. Check them out if you're looking for any sort of sports destination. Dusty, Eric, thank you for doing this.
Thanks
I
for
guess.
having us, Matty.
I
guess.
5 hours
Come on
for you
now.
guys. 5 hours for you guys. So well done, Dusty. You got that 6
Lock
hour
shop
coming
coming
up.
up.
While you're doing it, I might take a shower just as a heads
Can
up.
I
so.
go pee first?
Do you need anything?
I'm
I
not
really
going
need to go
to
Can I get you
immediately
anything?
do that, but like just a heads up, I
Yeah.
might shower.
Yeah,
so
no, that's fine. Don't worry,
just
buddy.
Do you want
do
anything?
that. So
I'll take another one of those.
thanks to everyone for tuning into the EST Hangout. On behalf of Dusty, Eric, I'm Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes right here on Edmonton Sports Talk and EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Thank you, Park MGM, for also the hospitality and whoever's knocking on our door. Sorry about that.